Hello everyone, we're back in Fields of Mistria playing 200 days in this adorably cozy farming sim. Since the last time I played this game, there have been 2 major updates, so we'll be checking out all of the new additions while playing through another 100 days, because that sounds ever so lovely. Some of the new features I'm super excited to check out are the dating mechanics, which, yes, we will be thoroughly testing out because who doesn't love a little bit of romance to go alongside gardening and raising cute multicolored animals? We can finally meet our friend Caldarus by venturing further into the mines. The internet has been going wild with our dragon friend, I've heard. And there are 2 new Saturday market vendors to unlock, plus farm expansions, and my absolute favorite thing about this game, the dialogue. More dialogue has been added, more Friday night at the inn shenanigans to check out, more quests, and more fluff. The game is still in early access, with 1 to 2 more major updates to go before the full game releases, but even so, there is already just so much to do. It's absolutely wonderful. Alright, just like my last 100-day video, we're gonna add a few goals that I want to achieve while playing. I want to free Caldarus from his statue tomb, reach the furthest level in the mines, breed all of the chicken color variants besides the seasonals, unlock the 2 new Saturday market vendors, and last but certainly not least, start dating a character and go on at least 1 date. There is so much that I'm looking forward to exploring, so let's jump in and begin our 200-day journey in Fields of Mistria. Alright y'all, we're back in Mistria. Oh man, I'm so excited. I missed this game so much. And I have no idea where I left off or what I last did, but I'll find my bearings. My house needs an upgrade. I will definitely do that this time around. But first, we need to upgrade something far more important, our relationships. That's right, we are on a quest to find love. I am so stoked you have no idea. We can date people now, and that's what I'm planning to do. My heart is leaning towards March because of the whole enemies to lovers trope, but Hayden is also so lovely and I share his love of all things animals and birds. And Reese is an avid bird watcher and I love his calm composure. And there's the dragon I've yet to meet, but from what I've seen, the internet has been losing their minds over him, in a good way. So I'll need to reserve my judgment until later on in the game. For now, I'm gonna store everything in this chest and wander around looking for all the new features that were added in the last 2 updates. The first thing I noticed, which I absolutely love, is the chests. They're bigger. Expanded storage for a hoarder like me is an absolute blessing. I also like that they added an auto transfer function, a nice quality of life addition. Next, let's say hi to Caldarus, who is still in his statue form. We'll get you out of there soon, Dragon God. It also seems like the cap for skills has increased to 60, which will leave me plenty busy this playthrough. I decided to upgrade a few of my ranching skills, decreasing the time needed for recipes created at the mill, and a perk that starts new animals on my ranch at 2 hearts. I went around saying hi to the villagers because I missed everyone. I love this cast of characters so much. They are so adorable and fun. And I am pretty sure the devs added even more dialogue for each NPC, my favorite aspect of the game. The more new dialogue, the better, I say. I made my way to the inn and found a bunch of new items for sale, including decor. I'm pretty sure that wasn't there the last time I played. How fun. I'm going crazy this playthrough. If I make enough money, that is. I made my way to the quest board, and my favorite little himbo posted a request for a really round rock. God, I love Ulrich. If I can't marry him, I need him to be my brother-in-law or permanently in my life somehow. He's too wholesome. I shall fetch that round rock you requested, dear Ulrich. There was also a quest from Elsie, which I believe will introduce us to one of the new game mechanics. Alright, let's go complete Elsie's quest first, and go collect some gossip around town. First, let's go to Dell, because March is there too. Oh, always thinking of your brother. The internet is too harsh on you, my friend. Alright, Dell, what gossip do you have for me? Alright, I don't know if this counts as gossip. She's collecting newts. Well, actually, maybe it is. If Juniper has been adding newts to her cauldron, it means she's cooking up something weird again. Got it. So it seems she has been saving the newts while helping Juniper, and trading the rescued newts for chocolate from Balor? Who knows what Balor is doing with these little guys. Alright, let's talk to Balor next then. He's totally reselling the same newts back to Juniper. He's swindling her without knowing it though. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, so Dell rescued the newts from Juniper, sold them to Balor for chocolate, who then sold those same newts back to Juniper. Let's hear what Juniper has to say to get the full story here. I'm invested now. The newts seem to be ingredients in her potion. Poor dudes. She thinks they've been escaping on their own, even though it's Dell stealing them. And she's had to trade with Balor to get the exact same newts back. Well, this trade circle story was quite entertaining. The poor newts were given a small taste of freedom, only to be met with the exact same fate in the end. Now off to Elsie to report this fun string of gossip. All right, girl, I got the tea. Miss Elsie collected our gossip for the day, and we unlocked a new mechanic called the Elsie Gossip Mechanic. This feature will award us knowledge of one gift a character in town either likes or loves each day. That's really helpful. I mean, I know the wiki exists, but I like this feature. I plan on using it as much as possible. So let's try it out. And we got some wonderful choices to start with. Ooh, let's start with Ulrich because I love him. It'll probably be some sort of rock. Oh, that makes sense too. He's always talking about working out and eating a bunch of protein, so yeah. I shall gift you a hard-boiled egg, you cute thing, you. Okay, so that means March is probably into the metals, and Hayden probably loves crops? Let's test it out. I need to get these two to like me, you guys. You don't understand. And then I need to get all the females to like me so we can be girl besties together. All right, March 1st. After I listen to his convo with Island, let's try giving him some iron ore, and it looks like it's a winner. Yes, that's what I want to see. All right, Hayden is next, and I gave him a pumpkin, but no luck. Darn, I haven't filled out his card at all. While I was in the inn, I prepared a single hard-boiled egg for Ulrich, and look at that smile, the sparkles. I adore witnessing this guy's bright and cheery demeanor. There was a convo going on at the bar with Island and March, so of course I had to listen to it. And March was being cute, trying to find a beer Island would enjoy. This stupid man. How dare you be adorable? Alright, enough of that. I'm just extra excited right now because I haven't played this game in months. So cut me some slack, yeah. I went home and fed my animals, did a little bit of cleanup on the farm, gathering hay and grass seeds in the process, and ended my first day back in Mistria. But the day wasn't over yet, because I had a dream, and in my dream, I saw the outline of an animal, and then I realized. Oh my god, pets! How could I forget something so incredibly important? I'm freaking out, can you tell? Okay, well, let's start with a cute dog. You. Okay, what to name him? This is a very important decision. I was throwing blanks when it came to names, honestly, but eventually I chose one. Pecan. He's gonna be the bestest boy. And best friends with Dozy. The next morning, I lovingly welcomed my new soulmate to the farm, Pecan. Isn't he just the cutest little thing you ever did see? Nothing makes me happier than owning a cute little doggo that I can carry around with me whenever and wherever I want. The game just keeps delivering what the people want. I love it so much. Okay, I can assign Pecan a job to do, so for now, I'm going to have him collect wood. Oh, my hard-working pupper. Oh my god, why? Why is my day just so bright and fluffy and wonderful feeling today? 3 animals? I'm going to go in cardiac arrest. Oh, I need to get a move on and start building more spaces for these animals. I also need to figure out the best way to start breeding all the color variants for the chickens because, yes, I'm going to be doing that. Hello? Why would I not? Alright, I'm still getting my bearings. It's been a while since I played, so let's check out the quest board for the day. My favorite Tsundere March had a request for a freshwater eel in exchange for a recipe. I'll bring you an eel, Mr. Grumpy Gills. And I have a new heart event with Valen, as it seems it's time for my annual checkup. That doesn't sound fun, but we'll accept it anyways. I then stopped by the carpenter shop to see what I'll need for farm upgrades, and I found out we can now purchase farm expansions. Dear God, I love that. More areas for me to decorate, but also more areas for more animals. But first, I need barn and coop upgrades. I think I currently have the small versions, but I honestly can't remember. I'll need to look that up before I purchase them. For now, let's fish for that freshwater eel March requested, and while doing so, I found a new fish in the river called a dace, and around 7:30, I found a freshwater eel. So I went ahead and turned that request in and got a kind, simple thanks as a return. I'll take what I can get. I also quickly turned in a glowberry request for Reese, and he gave me some glowberry cookies, and then I did a tad more organizing, and then ended the day. Today is Friday night at the inn. I love Friday night at the inn. It's such a fun feature in the game and just makes this world feel so alive. So of course, we'll be attending that later on. I want to track down Elsie and see if she can provide me with more gossip. I think it's available once a day, right? Also, I need to contemplate freeing Caldarus soon. I'm excited to meet him in person. And I found out that I currently own a small coop, so I'm going to build a medium one this week and start my variant experiments. I have all tier 1 colors, so next we need the tier 2 colors, and currently I have one of 3. We still need the yellow and red chickens, so that's our next goal. There's also seasonal chickens, one for each season, but it's basically impossible for me to obtain them all this time around, because the animals you choose to breed both need to be tier 6, and that's gonna take a while. So we're attempting every variant but the seasonals for this playthrough. Alright, I got my daily gossip from Elsie, and went with Celine because she needs to be our bestie. And we discovered a loved gift of hers. I bet her whole list is basically just flowers. You can't deny that you like me anymore, and you can't hide behind your grumpy facade forever. I see through you. Ah, I got you. I found another thing you like. I know you so well, dude. I know deep down he's a softie. He just doesn't trust us enough yet to see that side of him, but I will break him. I donated the fish I caught the other day to the museum and made my way to the carpenter's and purchased a medium coop so we can start our chicken experimentation. You guys, he's working! Oh, he's working so hard for me. This is so freaking adorable. I went back to the farm and placed the new coop next to the original one and realized I have no wood and no stones. So let's go collect some before we head to the inn. I managed to grab all the wood I needed as well as a new artifact, so we'll gather the stone tomorrow. For now, it's time to listen to some light-hearted banter. All right, we have some new groups this time around. Let's start with Maple's table, and it seems like everyone is playing a game called Queen Maple's Game of Succession, where basically they have to win her favor in order to become her successor. Maple is so cute. I say that even though the price of losing the game seems rather harsh, but still, I respect it. Poor Luke. He looks so worried about losing, but Hayden reassured Luke because he's an amazingly sweet dude, and said he'd show mercy to his people, whereas March was the complete opposite. But honestly, I think he's just playing to win. I can't see him actually sentencing people to death. He's bluffing, I'm sure. Playing the long game, you know? See? He's such a closet softie. Love their lord and lady names, by the way. So cute. And Raina, being the cutie she is, also said she would spare everyone. Maybe Mabel is a cruel ruler then, because everyone else is so forgiving and nice. March voted for Raina because he liked how she presented herself. Love that he voted for her, by the way. And Luke just wanted to confirm that everyone could still be friends afterwards. Super cute. At the next table, Island and his group were playing an old board game called The Lords of the Land. He found this old game locked in a chest, and they decided to give it a try. Celine was frustrated her mom took the flower game piece to represent herself because Celine is Little Miss Flower. Don't cross Celine, y'all. And even Holt got upset that Island went with the Jester piece. I mean, the Jester does fit Holt better. Yeah, Valen has a point. They haven't even started playing yet, and they're already arguing over which Monopoly piece they want to claim as their player. It was silly, but fun to listen to. And I leveled up my friendship with Island. Alright, to the bar we go, where our next group of friends are participating in a book club hosted by Miss Elsie. The first book for the book club meeting is Terithia's Choice, a book about fishy folktales. Errol said he liked the Ballad of the Sea Cucumber story. Love the name. Reese liked a story about 3 pirates all trying to become captain, and Terithia chimed in about being on ships with similar situations during her time on the sea. Landon basically admitted he'd be eaten by a siren if given the chance, which he didn't seem to mind. And I increased my relationship with Terthia once the conversation was done. All right, final group for the evening, and we have an interesting bunch up above. Looks like Dell has recruited some new people for the Dragon Guard. Although, seems like Balor got caught up in the conversation by accident. He just wanted to go to his room. Juniper was only here to talk to Adeline. Adeline said, "No, I'm in charge here." And Ulrich was just playing along and just being the cutest little thing ever. God, he'd be an amazing uncle, boyfriend, friend, husband, grandpa, everything. Ulrich is everything. But Dell just seemed disappointed. The kids are so funny in this game. I love their dialogue. Dell mentioned treasure, and that captured everyone's interest. Cute. So much stinking cuteness. God, I love the town convos so much. And I got 2 more friendship level ups with Dell and Juniper. So many friendship level ups. What a lovely evening. When I left the inn, I accepted another quest on the board from Valen for a birdhouse and made my way home for the evening. Okay, we still need a bunch of stones to build the coop. Plus, I need to keep venturing down in the mines to trigger Caldarus' awakening, so let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone and do that today. On the way there, I realized it was the Saturday market, and I know there are new vendors with this update, but I don't really know much about them, honestly, and I don't see them. So maybe I need to do a quest to build more stalls or something? Anyways, while I'm here, let's buy some stuff because that sounds fun. But before I do that, I gave Celine the flower we uncovered yesterday that she apparently loves, and yup, she does. That's such a cute face. Okay, time to buy things. I bought 6 crafting recipes from Mary, all of the food crafting recipes from Darcy, and a hairstyle from Vera. I just purchased crafting recipes, but they'll come in handy soon, I'm sure. Before leaving, I got my daily dose of gossip for the day, choosing Dozy, because, yes, I need to be BFFs with Dozy. And he likes crickets! Oh, how precious! Look at him! I believe I have some crickets at home. Sashimi. Do I know that he likes sashimi already? Also, that's kind of funny because I'm also playing Stardew Valley right now and I'm dating Sebastian who loves sashimi. So if this fool loves sashimi, then obviously that's the universe trying to tell me something. Maybe it's telling me that I fall for dudes who love sashimi, which is funny because I hate sushi. None of this matters, nor is it important. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. I thought it was interesting. Okay, let's stop at the museum to donate the artifact I found the previous day, and it looks like all the categories have finally been unlocked, which means I can now 100% the museum. Maybe? Okay, let's head down to level 60 of the mines where we last left off, and we were met with another cutscene from the priestess, asking us to break the fire seal, so we'll take another etching back to Juniper so we can gather the needed items and continue exploring. In the meantime, I decided to head up 10 levels and collect the stones I need to build my new coop, because I want to get that built as soon as possible. I found a large essence stone in a chest while mining for stones, which, if I recall, is the material needed to power sprinklers in animal equipment like auto feeders and things like that. Something along those lines. Once I got what I needed, I headed out and made my way to Juniper. She translated the text, letting me know that I needed to offer a faceted rock gem, a rock root, and an emerald. Simple enough. There was only 3 items though, so I asked about the 4th because there are always 4, and she said the last item was unusual. I needed to find a sealing scroll. I have no idea what that is. She said they are rare, dangerous, and powerful, and basically to acquire one, we need to steal it from the nobles. Count me in. I decided to go with Balor's help since he probably has more underground connections than Island. So we headed off to see him and barged right into his room. Basically, we told him we were in the market for some black market goods and to keep it hush-hush. How he's able to find absolutely everything one would need, besides plot reasons, is something I'll never know. Balor is a miracle worker. He said it's gonna cost us though, to my dismay. Maybe I shouldn't have purchased so many recipes at the market today. I went back home, built my coop, and named it Humane Breeding Area Number 1, because we all know there will be more than one. Totally humane. Nothing weird about forcing animals to have babies until they pop one out that looks exactly how I want, then forcing the genetically mutated inbred babies to do the same thing. I moved Pancake to the new coop alongside Baguette, our first subjects in the new coop. Tomorrow, we shall begin. And at the end of the night, I leveled up the town ranking to 42. Early the next morning, I made my way to Hayden's to pick up some treats for my chickens so they can make a baby chick. And I picked up a dog treat for Pecan as well because I love him and he's been working so hard lately. Alright, I gave my chickens their treats. I'm counting on you guys. Give me a cool looking baby chick. I then went into town and gave March some copper ore, another item that I discovered he likes. Gave Dozy the cricket Elsie said he'd like, which he did. How cute! I want to give Dozy everything in this world. And I found Elsie in the bathhouse and received my daily gossip, discovering that Valen loves beet salad. I think I actually have that recipe, so good to know. From there, I decided to fish for the day because I'm still missing quite a few winter fish. I had absolutely no luck finding any new ones, so I will try again tomorrow. The next morning, I received a message from Balor letting me know he has a lead on my black market order, so we'll check up on that in a bit. For now, I want to fish a bit more. We have 6 left to find, 1 river fish, 4 pond fish, and 1 ocean fish. After fishing for a few hours, I finally found the last needed river fish, the shadow bass. So next, I tried to catch some pond fish, and I only found 1, a tilapia. I mean, I found 2 new fish today, so that's not bad. I went ahead and donated both to the museum, completing the winter river fish set, unlocking some new flooring, a silver chest full of money, and 2 sapphires. Before heading home, I decided to be a creep and sneak into March's room to give him a gift, a copper ingot, which he liked as well. And before heading to sleep, I purchased a few more perks in the archaeology section that seem pretty useful. Okay, it's nearing the end of the month and I still have quite a few winter fish to catch, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I made my way to the beach and I had awful luck and caught nothing new. I even kept chasing the big fish, hoping it would be the one I was missing. Nope. So I wasted my entire day. Alright, let's get something accomplished today and go talk to Balor about our scroll. Balor informed me that he found a seller who wishes to remain anonymous and for his payment to be in ingots and gemstones. Balor, you are so resourceful. So we need 10 silver ingots, 10 rubies, 10 sapphires, and 10 emeralds. That's gonna drain a lot of my gem stash, but if this will lead the way to meeting our kind dragon friend in person, then I say it's worth it. We need to set Caldarus free. I have all the gems, but basically no silver ore, so we'll mine for that today. I need a break from fishing anyways. Actually, I found a bunch of ore in my chest outside. I really need to organize and make money. Ugh. First, let's just keep our focus on freeing the dragon. So I was only able to craft 3 ingots, totaling 4, so we'll head into the mines after all and gather some more iron ore. While mining, I found a new bug, a rock roach. I was under the impression that I caught all the bugs on these floors, so that was a nice surprise. I gathered enough ore around 8:30, so I headed out, stopped by the museum to donate the bug I caught, which was the last bug I needed for the Deep Earth insect set, which earned me a moth lamp. It's really cute. I also received a few recipes as well. I then crafted the last needed ingots, dropped them off in the donation box, and now we'll wait for further instructions from Balor, our lovely exotic goods and rare scroll dealer. When I went to bed, I was delighted to see our new chick hatched, and I'm pretty sure it's the yellow one, which I need. I named him Dijon, since he's yellow. The next morning, I made my way to Hayden's to pick up some more treats. I want to feed the same 2 chickens treats again while we wait for the new chick to age up. Maybe I'll get lucky and get the red one, or at least another tier 2 chicken to use for breeding tier 3 colors later on. I grabbed a few items to hand out as gifts to the townsfolk and made my rounds, finding another item March likes as well as Celine. It's easier to predict what they'll both like because one loves ores and one loves flowers. I then talked to Balor about the scroll request and he said I should receive it by tomorrow. Exciting, you guys! I'm looking forward to having a powerful mythical being roaming around town. I also gave Balor a sapphire, an item I found out he likes, and increased my friendship with him as well. He's been so helpful as of late, and I'm glad to be on his good side, you know? I fished a little, unsuccessfully, and foraged a bit, finding a new artifact in the process. I donated it to the museum, completing the Caldosian artifact set, unlocking some new bed recipes. Gosh, it makes me want to start designing my home, but I know I need more money and materials to do so. The next morning, I woke to Balor at my front door, and he had the goods, you guys. It came with a warning. I'm not to open it under any circumstances. Well, how will I know it's not a fake then, Balor? Alright, the only thing we are missing now is the faceted rock gem, and then we can unseal the fire section of the caves. So I'm going to mine until it's time to head to the inn for more Friday night shenanigans. I mined until 7 and had no luck finding the item I needed, so we'll have to come back another day. Anyways, let's head on over to the inn. First, let's talk to the book club, and this week it's Errol's pick, which seems to be a mystery book, I think. Elsie seemed to love the plot twists, Reese loved the setting, and Landon and Reese even started a separate discussion about it at home because they really got into the book. Adorable. Next, let's check in on our board game group, and after hearing everyone talk, I'm convinced this game is basically Monopoly. I mean, everyone fights while playing Monopoly, so I get why the game was locked away. At first I thought maybe it was like a Jumanji type of game, but Monopoly makes so much more sense. And just like last week, they were arguing about various things. Nora was annoyed that Island was buying up all the buildings, declaring them landmarks so no one could live or use said buildings. But Holt was smart and bought the land on which the buildings sit on, and he said he was going to destroy everything on his land and build a theme park. Celine didn't like the name of said theme park though. Next, Maple's Ascension game. She was frustrated with everyone once again, and it seems like they aren't exactly skilled or motivated to start wars with one another. Hayden suggested joining forces for the good of the country, which Maple instantly struck down. This kid. March seems to have already fallen out of the game by meeting his demise at the bottom of a staircase, but Maple likes March too much to let him end the game so soon, so she revived him. She's a fan too, I see. Aw, I think she's coming around. The adults are influencing her to be more kind. Okay, let's see what's going on with the Dragon Guard recruits and the promise of treasure. Juniper got straight to the point and wanted to know what the treasure was, to which Dell said, "That's not how this works, silly." Dell wanted to know what good deeds everyone has done for the town this week. Adeline said she helped post things to the request board. Balor stated that he sourced rare supplies for the town. Ulrich bulked up extra hard. And Juniper contributed to the economy by purchasing wine. Dell wasn't impressed with Juniper, to say the least. So fun, so cute. Each and every week is a joy to listen to these convos. It's the Saturday market today, so I think I want to take a look around and see if I can buy anything for my home. While talking to everyone next to the stalls, Errol mentioned he liked lattes, and I had one on me, and boom, new liked item unlocked. You're welcome, Errol, and thanks for the hint, my dapper dude. For my daily gossip, I chose Henrietta. I had to. Why wouldn't I? And it seems like my adorable girl likes cucumbers. I shall bring her one next time I visit. Next, I purchased a few more crafting scrolls from Mary, and I had some chocolate cake on me and decided to give it to Island, since I know he loves sweets. And it was a loved item. I'm on a roll lately with gift giving, and look at how adorable and happy he is. Once I was done at the market, I made my way back to the mines because I really want to find that freaking rock gem so we can continue forward. Spoiler alert, I didn't find it. I increased my hearts to 4 with Hayden yesterday from our convo at the market, and I received his 4 heart event in the mail, so we'll get to that soon as well. I just really want to find that dang artifact in the mine, so yes, that's what I'll be doing yet again. On the way there, I crafted 7 silver ingots since I have so much silver as of late, and then crafted some silver leg plates and a chest plate to up my defense. I also leveled up my blacksmithing skill to 46 in the process. Not too shabby. I think the blacksmithing skill is the highest skill of mine so far. While mining, I kept finding artifacts, but not the one I was looking for. Kind of frustrating. I did, however, find the really round rock for Ulrich's request, so that was nice. I learned a few recipes as well, one for decor and one for cooking, but yeah, no gem rock. I needed a bit of cheering up after failing to find that dang artifact 3 days in a row, so I turned in Ulrich's request just so I could see his smiling face and hear his adorable Cali girl dialogue. You make me so happy, Ulrich. My new chick hatched and she was another gray one. That's okay, this is trial and error and 33% odds. Her name shall be Pudding. Alright, today is the first day of spring, officially starting out year 2 in the game. And because it's spring, I need to go buy as many crops as possible so I can figure out how to make money. I've heard some people say that they can make a decent amount from cooking and selling what they've cooked, so maybe we can try that? I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess. First though, I need to get my daily dose of tea from Elsie, and today we found out that Dell likes snails. Doesn't surprise me. I went ahead and purchased a few pea and strawberry seeds, as they will continuously produce crops throughout the season, and 4 lettuce and potato seeds. Wow, really goes to show how dirt poor I am. This haul is so pathetic. 14 seeds. I need to get it together. I also picked up a request on the board from Celine while in the area for a copper shovel. I shall do that soon, Celine. I went ahead and planted my seeds. My garden looks so sad. Jeez, Breezy, you're supposed to be a farmer, remember? I can't feed the town at this rate. It's because I'm too obsessed with chickens and finding love. I get distracted from my actual job. Next, I decided to grab most of the eggs and milk I've stored away and cook a few dishes. I then sold those dishes plus the extra ingredients because I'm kind of desperate for money. Also, I increased my cooking skill from 17 to 31, so I think it was worth it. I haven't cooked too much in the game thus far, so I'm glad I was able to do that. And I think I'll have a few more cooking perks that I can purchase now that I leveled up so much. A few of the dishes I cooked had the universally liked as a gift bonus, so I'm going to take the opportunity to gift those dishes to help increase my hearts with the town. That bug looks new. I cannot believe how lucky that just was. Wasn't expecting that, but I have heard from the community that the rare bugs can be a pain to find and catch, the legendaries being even more so. I think that's the second rare bug I've found so far. First up on my list of people I want to talk to, of course, the Blacksmith brothers. God, I love them. And I gave them both a hard-boiled egg so they can like me, especially March, because Ulrich already likes me. And to all you March haters out there, who are you kidding? No, you don't. You don't hate him. You just think you do. He's a closet softie who buries his emotions because of trauma and pain and fear. I'm telling you, I could read this dude like a book. All right, on to my next favorite dude, Hayden, who I haven't shown much love to this playthrough so far. And we got some multiple choice dialogue with him, and of course I had to choose the funny option about the dragon statues because he has helped us out quite a bit, you know? Hayden said he has good luck with his animals because of his chicken statue though, and I'm jealous that I don't have a chicken statue. This man truly has it all. Celine randomly gave me some daffodils, and it was the absolute sweetest thing, so I gave her a hard-boiled egg, and now we are 5-heart besties. I also gave Raina one because she's a cutie patootie, and she cooks, so I figured she'd like one. The last two I gave to Juniper and Dozy because Juniper is intriguing, and I want to see what other experiments she'll conduct on me. And I mean, Dozy is Dozy, you know? And it was a loved item! Oh, what a glorious day. You are going to be best friends with my dog, right, Dozy? Then we can have play dates. Ooh, I should bring him here one of these days. I could pick him up, so maybe I'll try that in the future? On my way towards the museum, I ran into Hayden's 4-heart event. Hayden, my dear chicken lover, what's going on with you today? I made my way over to the extra feed Hayden was gonna give to me, and Henrietta ran out to say hi, being the absolute cutie that she is. And she said hi back to me because she loves me. I will win the highest favor with this chicken, I swear. But Hayden seems to be worried about her because apparently she's been more of a diva with people other than March. Oh good, it's not just him. He's worried that her attitude will cost her competitions in the future. No offense, but that won't be because of her attitude. It will be because my chickens will reign supreme. No offense, Henrietta, I love you, but all is fair in love, war, and animal competitions. He wants to get her used to everyone around town a bit more in hopes that'll help, and I said maybe we should socialize her a bit more, and she seemed up to the idea. What a good girl, Henrietta. God, look at her bow. Oh, she's so cute. Sorry, I know she's not real, okay, but in my heart she is. So Hayden will let me know when he comes up with an idea to socialize her around town. We'll come back in 2 more hearts to see her progress. I donated the bug, and I guess that's the 4th rare bug I found, so not too shabby. 1 more left, and it looks like it's some sort of beetle. Also, we have 4 fish we still need to find this season, 2 in the rivers and 2 in the ponds, so I'll make sure to have a few fishing days dedicated to that. We are also missing a spring insect, either a butterfly or moth, so I'll also be on the lookout for that little guy. I foraged a bit and purchased a few more perks from Caldarus, a cooking perk that will award me more heart points for dishes that are loved by villagers, a cook time reduction, a perk that occasionally creates an extra dish, and an archaeology perk that will sometimes drop furniture recipes at dig sites. When I went to sleep, I made 16,000 gold from everything I sold. Yes, finally some money. I also increased the town rank to level 43. The next morning, I woke up to a letter from Reese letting me know I can now purchase a level 3 kitchen. Lovely. I made my way into town to go purchase some more seeds, and I got a request from Mary for horsehair. Girl, does it look like I own horses? My Miss Mare doesn't count. She's magical. I am lacking with my animals. My chicken experiment comes first, though. Alright, I purchased a few more seeds, enough to satisfy my anger over the fact that I have so much empty space in my garden right now, and made my way to Hayden's to buy more treats to continue breeding my chickens. I also decided to change the daytime speed to the longest it can be because I feel as if the day goes by a bit too quickly, at least for now, so I decided to try it out. It gave me a message saying the NPC schedule may be a bit funky, so I'll keep an eye out on that, and if they start glitching or something, I'll slow time back down. For the rest of the day, I decided to fish, and since I know there are specific fish that only can be found during specific types of weather, and the fact that it was raining today, I figured I'd try my luck and see if any of the fish I were missing could be caught. And I was correct. I found a walleye in the river, only found on rainy days, and that was it, unfortunately. At least I found one new fish. The next morning, I watered all my crops. Isn't it a beautiful sight to see? And from there, I decided to fish once again. The completionist in me is screaming to finish the museum sets, so I'd like to find them as soon as possible. I found a new fish in the pond, a brown trout, and that's basically all I was able to find before my energy ran out, so I decided to forage and look around for bugs that I needed. I caught a snail that I know I needed for a request from Dell, plus snails are a liked gift of hers, so I'll be on the lookout for another one. I didn't find any other bugs, but I foraged for a bit, and before I knew it, it was time for bed. Today is Reese's birthday, so we will pay him a visit later on. Gosh, between Reese and Hayden, I don't know which bird lover I adore more. And we have March, who I obviously find so interesting. And the soon-to-be Dragon Man. Decisions are tough in this game, I tell ya. I also received a letter from Terithia letting me know that she has gold fishing rods for sale now. I'll check that out later as well. I gave Reese some coconut milk that was universally liked, and we reached 4 hearts. Yes, we can continue the birdhouse project. I'm so excited. I understand why the devs didn't make both brothers romanceable, okay? I understand. But I'm sorry. How can you make a literal golden retriever in human form, a sweet, adorable, ripped himbo dude in the game who is nothing but kind, and not make him dateable? The audacity. I accepted a quest on the board from Balor for an emerald. Lucky for him, I have a bunch, so I'll get around to that shortly. But for now, I think I want to mine a bit more and try to find the last needed item to advance in the caverns. While in the caverns, I found a crystal chess piece, which I found to be quite interesting, although its defense was lower than the chess piece I was currently wearing, which was a bummer. I also found a new legendary artifact, so at least I found something of worth. I still have yet to come across the item I need though. I found a crafting recipe, but once again, could not find the item I was looking for. Man, this is getting so frustrating. I'm finding everything but the thing I need. Alright, I woke up and received Reese's 4 heart event, but that will have to wait, because I'm a woman on a mission to find that stupid, dumb, idiotic stone that's causing me ridiculous amounts of stress. I will find it. I quickly purchased the rest of the mining perks at the other dragon statue inside of the caverns and headed back in. Alright, Lady Luck, please be on my side. Oh, thank you, God. I finally found this stupid rock. Can you not? Alright. Item acquired. That took far too long. I made my way back down to level 60, offered up the last item to the shrine, and there we go. A new path has been opened, but it looks like things have gotten interesting. You know things are about to go down when the music changes to an upbeat, epic tune. The cavern shook, and it looks like the priestess wasn't too happy that there was a sealing scroll present. She said that it was a trap. What was a trap? Huh. Looks like we were set up. She told me to flee before I became sealed. That doesn't sound good, but it seems like it was too late and we were caught. All of our health and stamina drained, and so I called out for help because I don't want to die. I have things to do and people to win over. My wonderfully kind dragon has heard my plea for help. Ooh, I love the colors. All right, Caldarus, come save my butt. He could hear my cries for help in his mind because of how connected we are. That's kind of sweet and oddly intimate. He gave me a new spell called Dragon's Breath, which he wanted me to use to destroy the sealing scroll, but it looks like it was too late. He was desperate to wake me, but I must have already been sealed away. Then he turned into an adorable dragon human hybrid and became my valiant dragon knight and saved me. Look at that design! It's so cool! He looks so important and composed, yet still kind. Man, the character design in this game is a solid A+. He transported himself to my location, used his powers to destroy the sealing scroll, and saved me. Caldarus, I have a feeling you are going to become a favorite of mine, and it's going to be conflicting. He used up all of his strength in the process of saving me and ventured back to his temple in the deep woods. Yes, I was wondering how we were going to unlock that area. God, this just keeps getting better and better. All right, story progression. I wonder why the sealing scroll was used as an item to open the way forward. Very interesting plot developments. And I learned a cool fire spell that seems to open up the closed off caverns I've been finding around Mistria as well. Next, I went into town and crafted 2 more chests because I've run out of storage space again. I need to organize. I also went to the forge, smelted some silver ingots, and used those ingots to craft some more silver armor. A helmet, a ring, and some greaves. I then crafted a silver shovel and a silver hoe, which I believe is the last silver tool I needed to craft. All of this hard work raised my blacksmithing skill to 51. I leveled up my fighting skill to 20 during my run, and my mining skill to 39, so I did make some progress in the skill department too. Not a bad day, and to top it off, my new chick hatched, and I'm pretty sure it's the red one. Yes, dude! That means we can move on to phase 3. And for my new little friend, I named him Tomato. Okay, well, the chick is not red. He's pink and a tier 3, which means we still need to get the tier 2 red chicken, but also I got my first tier 3 chicken. I'm renaming him then, since he's not red. Instead, he will be named Guava. I went ahead and purchased a few more treats, feeding 2 to my tier 1 chickens, as I feel that will give me a better chance at getting a tier 2 instead of breeding a tier 1 with a tier 2 chicken, I think. I also fed 2 of my tier 2 chickens, as we still need the blue and purple chickens from the tier 3 category. Okay, we'll check back in a few days and see if we got lucky at all. I fear though that this is too much inbreeding. I had a few things ready to harvest from my garden, including my peas, which I guess are a new crop? Maybe a new year 2 crop? Could have sworn I've grown them before, or maybe I didn't have the money to grow them last time. I then made my way to the Saturday market to mingle and buy some more things. I received my first heart with Mary, which was really cool, and bought a ton of crafting recipes from her. All of them, actually. I need to learn how to make cute things, okay? And can I say, in a very understandable way, because I know this game is still in early access, but I'm disappointed that there never seems to be new clothes from Lewis's stall. It's always the same stuff. I decided to buy a few things anyways to see if that will help cycle new items next time, which I hope isn't the only way to have new clothing items appear. Oh, he's recognizing that I've been here for a year. It's small things like that that make me fall in love with this game, man. I told you I'm here for the long haul, idiot. So jealous. I became 3 heart friends with Elsie and got some gossip for the day. Valen likes seaweed salad. Gross, but makes sense since she's a doctor. Man, it's a real shame I can't give this kid coffee. I mean, kids drink soda. A lot of soda has caffeine in it. I just want to see her go nuts, dude. Now that I'm done at the market, let's go open up the deep woods. And that spells intense, but insanely cool. All right, new area unlocked. So far, it looks pretty cool. I found a new forageable right away. A walnut, alongside a new bug, a loam caterpillar, and a new berry called a bellberry. I also found a new flower called a temple flower, which only grows near Caldarus' temple, so it's special. Speaking of temples, he was right near the flower, and it looked like a castle from the outside. So let's go in and say hello to our savior. It's so cozy and fancy looking inside, and so colorful. I love it. Caldarus was resting in his bed, and I ran to his side because I was worried about him. Aw, I mean, he did save us and used up all his strength in the process, but from the sounds of it, he can't turn back into a dragon because he used too much power while saving us. So he had to take this human-dragon hybrid form. If we break the final seals, it will help him heal faster, so I will definitely do that. God, he's so cool looking. And oh, he doesn't want to be lonely. We're going to become such good friends, you're going to wish that you could get rid of me by the end of it. So you don't know what you've gotten yourself into by asking that of me. I'm going to be a pest. Looking on the bright side of this situation, he's no longer a statue. He managed to break free by saving me, I suppose. So you're welcome. And when he recovers, he can freely roam around Mistria. I wonder if the town will find out about him. That would be really cool. I'm sure the kids would be giddy with joy. For now, let's explore the area a bit more. I found a few new things, a thorn vine and a spirit mushroom, and then I came across what seems to be a graveyard, but the gravestones are attached to the trees instead of on the ground. It's a pretty interesting concept. I went around reading them and found a bit more information about the villagers in the process. The first one was for Greta of Sweetwater Farm. Maybe a relative of Hayden's? The second one had two. One for Jade, Master Blacksmith, and Olin, Seafaring Merchant. This has to be March and Ulrich's parents. Oh my god, that's so sad. I can imagine this must be why March is so distant and untrusting of people he doesn't know. Also, if his mom was a blacksmith, maybe that's why he works so hard and is so proud of his accomplishments, because he feels like he needs to be worthy and great like his mom was? Oh, I'll need more information, but I'm assuming it's something along those lines. The rest of the gravemakers were unreadable because they were too high up in the trees. Sadness. My poor brothers. I should pay them a visit. I know you can because you're an amazing blacksmith like your mom was, March. Oh my god, he feels like he has to prove himself. It all makes sense now. I bought a few scrolls at the general store to unlock furniture sets, which are just various signs, but cute signs. I then quickly made my way to the museum to donate my new finds, unlocking the Deep Woods Forge set, where I learned a few new crafting recipes. At the end of the night, I leveled up the town ranking to level 44. For today's activities, I mainly spent the day organizing my chests that are still just thrown haphazardly around my farm with no set purpose as to why they are placed where they are. I just needed a day to bundle similar items together so I can better see what I have and what I'm still missing. I'll get a real system going soon, but for now, this works. I also cleaned up my farm a bit, took care of the animals, basically just an easygoing, simple day on the farm. Okay, to start the day off, I think I want to tackle some of the quests that have been piling up in my inbox. I have a good amount of requests I'm able to fulfill, and we'll check out the 2 heart quests as well. I gathered what I needed and headed into town. Valor requested an emerald, so I stopped by his little cart and handed it off. He seemed happy. Next, Dell asked for a snail basically like a year ago. I'm not kidding. She asked for it early on in the game, I believe. I've delivered on my promise though, even if it's a bit late. I quickly crafted a birdhouse and a copper shovel for 2 other requests. Oh, I knew it. I knew it was their parents. Oh, that's so sad. But I'm glad they can visit them again. I wonder if we'll get more information about their parents in the future. I'm curious about March's relationship with them, especially since it seems like he's dealt with the loss in a completely different way than Ulrich. I love learning tidbits of information about the world and the characters through everyday dialogue. I highly doubt March will randomly talk to me about his parents, but maybe Ulrich will talk a bit more, which is exciting. Next, I handed over my fresh new copper shovel to Celine, and she was showing off her new tools that Reese and March made for her, built with pretty wood and embellished with flower patterns. Aw, I love how close they all are. Alright, let's visit Valen. We have 1 request to fulfill and 1 heart quest to watch, so let's go do that. When I entered the clinic, Valen was treating Hayden, who seemed to be acting a tad dramatic about his injuries. Hayden was told to stay off his twisted ankle for 2 weeks, but he didn't like that answer, as he was worried about his farm, and honestly, it was funny hearing him talk about Henrietta arranging his funeral because of where his thoughts were going. He was spiraling. Valen basically told him to knock it off and asked me to go to her basement and grab a scoop of something in a barrel down below and bring it to her. That sounds strange. And what has Valen got going on down here? It's kind of creepy, not gonna lie. Like a mad scientist type of creepy. You know how like the internet ships her with Juniper? It all makes sense now. They both like to experiment on people. And just like that, no twisted ankle. Me thinks there's something hinky going on. Okay, well, I came in for my checkup and I passed, which is nice, but still. Can I choose both options? Because I like some of that powder for sure, but also, what the heck is going on, girl? I asked her what the heck was up with that creepy basement, and she didn't like that I asked that. She kind of ignored my question and kindly asked me to leave. Holy moly, she's freaking me out. Okay. Now just let me quickly drop off the birdhouse she asked for. Hopefully she's not gonna capture them and use them in experiments like Juniper did for the newts. Oh my god, these women are scary, y'all. I wanted to see if she'd follow up on the heart event. She didn't. But I did get more information about the other gravestone. Greta was Hayden's grandmother, who seemed to be a lovely woman that Valen spoke fondly of. Okay, well, thanks. Bye, Valen. I will do my best to stay on your good side. Next, I met Reese in his room to talk about our plans for the birdhouse we're planning to build together. I told him his room was very cozy because it is. And he has a duck portrait above his bed. I can't with the bird lovers in this game. So the bird we will be building a home for is the Mistrian bluebird, and they seem to like hawthorn trees, so we need to grow this tree to attract them back to the area. Won't that take like a while though? Like years to properly grow a tree? Valor then joined the conversation and provided us with the tree sapling we needed. How convenient. We then made our way to the ruins and planted the tree sapling, and now we wait. This is fun. Man, I really enjoy Reese's character. This game really has me conflicted with all the romantic choices, I tell ya. It's not fair. I had to run back to the farm to grab a few more items for request, and on my way back to the carpenter shop, I spotted a huge fish in the river, caught it, and I was very happy to see it was a new fish called a paddlefish. Seems to be a rare one too, so I'm lucky I spotted it. I turned in Lannon's request for 3 pieces of glass and 2 smallmouth bass for Reese. While at the carpenter shop yet again, I purchased 2 scrolls with various crafting recipes and a level 3 kitchen. Whew, all right. We knocked out quite a few requests, and we are up to date on our heart quest too. I donated the fish I caught to the museum, completing the spring river fish set, unlocking a decor recipe, and some tesserae. The next morning, I took care of my animals, checking to make sure everyone is still alive and kicking, and decided to go fish in the ponds today. I'm only missing 1 more fish for spring, and it's found in the ponds. Maybe I'll find it today because it's raining? Who knows? And finally, I found the last spring fish. It took me basically all day, but it seems I was missing a goldfish, and this little guy was a rare fish. Well, thankfully I caught him, so I could be done with fishing for a while. I made my way to the museum and donated the goldfish, completing the spring pond fish set where I once again received a crafting recipe and some money. On my way back to the farm, I picked up a quest on the board from Elsie for a flower, and I actually made my way to Elsie to grab my gossip for the day. It's been a few days since I've done that, and I found out Hemlock loves spicy corn. From there, I made my way to Caldarus' statue and picked up a few more skill perks. In the fishing category, I grabbed the legendary perk, which allows legendary fish to spawn. I grabbed the well-placed perk from the archaeology category, and the speedy cooking perk from the cooking category. Also found out I can now use his statue to teleport to the deep woods. I love that. I always appreciate shortcuts in games. From there, I decided to go through my chest that contained all my fish and sell any extras I have because I could use the money, and I don't think I need that much fish. Watch this come back to bite me in the butt. At the end of the night, I leveled up the town ranking to 45, and our new chickens hatched. We got another pink one. That's okay. I named him Watermelon, and we got another yellow chick. Damn it. Well, this one will be named Lemon. It can't always go my way every single time. We'll try again. Today is Ulrich's birthday. I'm going to give him the fanciest rock I have on me. I watered my plants and then made my way back to Hayden's to purchase some treats so we can once again do the same song and dance and hope for a different outcome. Oh my god, yes. Alright, chickens have been fed their mojo treats. Come on, I see a little red chicken in my future. Don't make me do it again. The treats are kind of expensive. I gave Ulrich the really round rock artifact for his birthday, hoping it would at least be a liked item, but alas, it wasn't. He still seemed to enjoy it though. I then found Elsie, received some more Dell gossip, and found out she loves ice cream, as all kids do, and turned in her request for a snowdrop flower. From there, I tracked down Dell at the museum because I wanted to give her a snail since we found out a while back she likes them, and I've yet to give her one. And the kids were having a conversation about Hayden, saying that he gives off dad energy, and the animals were like his kids. I mean, they're not wrong. From there, I made my way to the inn, bought all of the cooking recipes, made my way to the quest board, and picked up a request from Holt, which I was able to do right away, considering I had 4 cabbages on me, which was lovely. And after he told me another one of his puns, we increased our friendship to 3 hearts. Oh, Josephine is giving me the lore I wanted about the brothers' parents. Okay, so she was one of the best blacksmiths in the entire kingdom. And they settled here in Mistria because of the mines. Okay, and the dad, Olin, would take her items overseas to help sell them, leaving Ulrich to watch March while they were away. They drowned at sea? No. Dude, it's Anna and Elsa all over again. They didn't even get to properly bury them. Ah, I get why March and Ulrich are the way they are now. Ulrich, the protective older brother. March, the one who feels the need to live up to the expectations of his parents that passed away when he was small. Oh my god. See, this is why it pays to talk to the townspeople as frequently as you possibly can. You learn so much about everyone in the world this game is set in. It's fantastic. From there, I spent a bit of time foraging and collecting wood and made my way back to the wishing well, threw in some tesserae, and I got a fried rice recipe. I should check the well more often if it's going to spit out recipes. Alright, today we are heading to the mines because I want to check out the new section we unlocked. I haven't been back here since I almost died, and we need to advance further down to help heal our dragon friend. So let's get to it. Seriously? I'm always too lazy to put away my watering can, and the one time I do it, I need it? God, why? Okay, so I went back to my farm to fetch my watering can, and now we can explore the lava caves. I ran into a few new monsters, and in this new section, I finally came across gold ore. And while making my way through the caves, I leveled up my mining skill to 40. I think that unlocks the new skill perks if I'm not mistaken. I discovered a few new items, forageables, bugs, fish, and artifacts, a purple mushroom, a candelabra sea dragon, an armored bass, obsidian, a few diamonds, a cooktop beetle, a flame pepper, an artifact called a tiny volcano, a rainbow geode, and a lava snail. I made my way to level 65 around 1 a.m. because I wanted to at least reach a checkpoint floor, but I knew there was no way I was going to make it back home, so instead I just donated my new finds and awaited my inevitable fate. What? Okay, so I was alerted about the legendary fish because of the skill perk I purchased? Well, okay, I know what I'm doing today. And you know what? I don't care. I'm looking up what body of water I can find that fish in because I don't want to miss Friday night at the end, okay? Not 2 weeks in a row at least. And after browsing the wiki, the fish we are looking for is a small fish called the cherry fish, which is found in ponds on breezy cherry blossom days. All right then, let's go catch us a cherry fish. I fished until 9 p.m. and nothing. What a bummer! But they are called legendary fish, so I assume they aren't easy to find. Whatever, stupid cherry fish. I'm not missing Friday night at the end again, so let's head over there. Okay, book club check-in first. Both Torithia and Errol said that Landon and Reese's book choice was interesting and unique, and Elsie tried to find something kind to say, but I have a feeling this book is like a carpenter's how-to instruction manual type of book. Yup. But at least it seems like Reese understood that this type of book wasn't a book club type of book, even if he enjoyed reading it. Next, let's check up on Queen Maple's table. She told everyone that they need to step up their game since Lord Anvilstrike has shown to be quite reliable on the battlefield, and he's the first in line for the throne. March told her not to give them hope because his victory has already been decided, but Hayden still wanted everyone to band together, which he rolled the dice for, and Maple allowed it, but with the terms that there will be a betrayal down the line. She said, "Don't bore me, fools." Lord Beetle agreed with Lord Haywood and wanted to fight for the best interest of Mistria's citizens. Lady Kettle also agreed to aid her fellow court members because her armies have fallen. And March came to the realization that he didn't want to run a country on his own because he's lazy, so he agreed to join them too. Honestly, I think he just didn't want to be left out. And look at Reyna, trying to find a balance of power. That's my girl. So wise and smart. Luke suggested inviting commoners to the court, which Queen Maple seemed a bit unsettled by, but Hayden reassured her that she could still be queen, but would just need prior approval of any plans in the near future. And I don't think she's quite on board with that. Okay, board game group. Island said he uncovered some interesting facts about the board game. Basically, he said it's outlawed in 7 countries, 4 provinces, and 2 city-states because it turns everyone who plays it against each other. Island said, "But no worries, that won't happen to us." Think again. Holt had a few choice words to say about how fun this game has been for him, and Nora said that what happened was basically his fault. Celine had her game face on and said she didn't appreciate her dad trying to swindle her in-game. Yeah, she seems like the type that gets real serious when it comes to these games. Look at her! Oh my god, girl. And Valen has just been enjoying observing the disaster that has followed each and every week. Alright, final combo is for the Dragon's Guard recruits. Adeline said everyone came up with proposals on what to do with the Dragon's Guard treasure. She went first, and as predicted, she wanted to invest the treasure in the town, which isn't a bad idea. It's a very wise decision. Fowler said, why should the whole town enjoy the fruits of their treasure? It should only be enjoyed by them, and he suggested investing it. Juniper's offer was to hand her the treasure, and she'll let them all pester her as much as they want. And Ulrich, sweet, sweet Ulrich, suggested that they use the money to make huge apple pies and have a pie eating contest. I'll give him points for originality. Dell loved all their ideas and said they're gonna have a great time once they locate the treasure, to which the group was not happy to hear. She doesn't remember where she buried it and has tasked them all with finding it and digging it up. Adeline looked distressed, but she's still into it, I suppose, suggesting borrowing shovels from her brother. I mean, I bet you this kid just buried like candy wrappers and cool looking stones. So much fun! Honestly, the writing in this game is so silly and wonderful. It always makes me smile. Okay, before heading home, I grabbed even more cooking recipes from the inn and then headed to sleep. I want to quickly try something. Oh man, I wanted them to interact with each other. Maybe in a future update. They look adorable together though, like they're meant to be buddies. I left Pecan with Dozy so they can get to know each other. Hopefully Juniper doesn't mind watching him. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave him there now that I think about it. He'll be fine, I'm sure. Alright, let's quickly look around the Saturday market, and I decided to buy a few things from Lewis, as it seems like his stock did rotate, which is nice. Well, some of it anyways. I also bought a few more crafting recipes from Mary. She's always got the best stuff. And after that, I was broke. So I decided to mingle a bit with everyone, hearing all their lovely combos that I always look forward to, and we'll head back to the mines afterwards to continue our descent in the lava caves. This game is seriously just messing with me now because we can't give her coffee, even though I want to, and Dell does too. Have you guys seen the episode of Bob's Burgers where Tina gets addicted to espresso? That's how I imagine Dell would look like drinking coffee. Alright, we're back in the lava caves, just making our way through the pits of hell, and throughout my descent, I came across a few new things to donate. A smoke moth, some lava chestnuts, an artifact called a warm rock, an ash mushroom, a sulfur crab, and a flower called Breath of Flame. I made it to level 69 and it was getting late, but I figured I could find the ladder down to the next floor to save my progress. I did not. I passed out. Which sucks too, because I cleared out most of the freaking rocks on that level. At least I found a good amount of items to donate. What made my failure a bit less bitter was that my chicks hatched that evening, and I got what I needed. a blue chick from the tier 3 colors, I named her Blueberry, and the last tier 2 chick, the elusive red one. You, my friend, are being named Tomato. I've been waiting so long to meet you, Tomato. The next morning, I woke up and found Celine outside, and I'm getting deja vu, so I'm pretty sure this is for the Spring Festival once again, where I need to collect flowers around town to give to Celine. Oh, that's right. She won last year from cheating. I know she's an adorable ray of sunshine, but she's going down this year. I harvested my plants from my garden and already earned 6 Breath of Spring flowers. So far, so good. Next, I stopped by the museum to donate all my new finds from yesterday, and I completed the buried artifact set, unlocking some tesserae and a cool explorer's trunk table, along with the recipe. Alright, back to mining. I'd like to get to level 70 today at least, and I can continue looking for museum donations while collecting the flowers needed for the festival, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I came across a new bug, a fire wasp, and a new forageable, a hot potato. But I came short once again on reaching level 70. There are a lot of rocks to break on these levels, dude. It's insane. Well, I donated my 2 new finds, completing the Lava Caves forage set, which earned me a cooking and decor recipe, and then headed back home to end the day, where I leveled up the town ranking to 46. The next morning, I woke up to 2 letters from March. Ooh la la. And one of those letters was his next heart event. Oh my god, yes. And it was straight to the point, no fluff or jokes, as is usual with March. We'll get there though. He said to stop by if I wanted some part-time work. Yes, that would be lovely. We shall do that soon. The other letter was simply letting me know that gold tools and armor are also now available in his shop. I watered my plants, grabbed some gold ore to give to March, and realized I have yet to find 1 light gift of Hayden's. Did I say that already? If I did, I'm saying it again. Ugh, that is not acceptable. I need to give this man something today. He's a farmer like me, so I take it he'll like animal goods. Maybe I'll give him an egg or something. I took care of my pets and headed into town, where I gave March the gold ore, and it's another liked item. You're so easy to guess with, my dude. I'll do his heart event later on. I still want to advance in the mines while collecting flowers for the Spring Festival coming up. On level 66, I caught a new fish, a lava piranha, and on level 67, I found a new artifact called red obsidian, and like a fool, I didn't bring enough food with me, and my energy ran out on level 68, so I had to turn back. I don't even think I would have progressed much further anyways, given the time, and with the amount of rocks I had left to break on this freaking level. Level 68 kinda sucks. To finish the night off, I kept my promise and made my way over to Hayden's and gave him the gift of life, a chicken egg. And I knew he'd like it. I know what these people like. Today is March's birthday, so you all know what I need to do. And after we visit him, we'll be heading back to the mines with plenty of rations this time around. I cooked a few dishes, leveling up my cooking skill to 33, made my way into town to find March to give him some ore as a birthday gift, and man, I love to see that smile. Because it's rare, okay? It doesn't happen often. And after talking with Raina and March, I leveled up my friendship with Raina to 4 hearts. Alright, I made a quick pit stop to the museum to donate my finds from yesterday and returned back to the lava mines. Let's hope I can clear 5 levels today. Cursed level 68. On level 67, I found a really cool crafting recipe for an obsidian storage chest, and I gave a crystal to one of those chests that bites you. I forget what they're called. And it spit out some hot pot for me to eat. That's a helpful little exchange. And I think the game decided to give me a break because all of the levels, even level 68, were laid out differently this time around. The game was looking at me like, we see you struggling. Here, we made it easy for you. And to that, I say thank you. On level 68, I found some tarnished gold greaves, and finally, I made it to level 70. Once I left the mines, I grabbed the Lost to History mining perk, which will allow random ritual chamber floors to appear in the mines. And it looks like my final total for the Breath of Spring flowers is 106 this year. This has to be enough to beat Celine, right? Unless she cheats again, of course. Today is the festival, and I was notified that the legendary fish is back as well, so we'll attend the festival and try to catch that little bugger later. Before heading over there, I purchased a few more skill perks. The Empowered 2 perk for blacksmithing, which will increase the odds of crafting infused tools, weapons, or armor. The Time-sensitive perk, which will further reduce crafting times. The Treasure Trove fishing perk, which will result in catching higher tier treasure boxes. The Weedline Watcher perk, which makes fishing up junk less frequent, and the full class perk, which adds more fish in the schools of fish we come across. Okay, let's go win a festival. Come on, Josephine. Don't let me down, girl. Girl, I love you, okay? But I'm the flower queen. Wait, I beat her record too? Yeah, that's right. Look, everyone is amazed. Well, I accomplished what I wanted to, and I got a few more gifts than last time too, which is fun. Okay, time to go around and see if people congratulate me. Hayden, being the sweet man that he is, seemed so happy I won. I love you, Hayden. Raina told me to look out for Celine next year. Oh, I will. Thanks for the warning, girl. Reese was as sweet as always. And March. Why did he have the frustrated symbol above his head? Did he not want to congratulate me? Was it painful for him to admit I won? Well, at least I got something out of him. And Juniper? That was kind of nice in a Juniper type of way. I'll take what I can get. I bought 2 items from Elsie's shop. The flower crown, which is really cute. And of course I picked up a bit of gossip, where I learned that Raina likes incredibly hot pot. Ugh, I literally got that from the chest in the mines the other day and I ate it. I could have given it to my girl. Dang, that's unfortunate. Okay, now I'm gonna spend the rest of the day trying to catch the legendary fish from the ponds. And I caught it right away. My second catch of the day. It's kind of cute looking, yeah? Well, I'm glad I caught her so I don't have to stress about that anymore. On my way to the museum to donate the fish, I decided to finally craft some golden tools. I upgraded my pickaxe, fishing rod, watering can, and axe, and I leveled up my blacksmithing skill to 57 in the process. And to change things up a bit, I decided to wear the new clothes I purchased today. The look isn't exactly my favorite, but it's still cute nonetheless. Oh my god, that's so sad! They were starving! I'm a horrible pet owner. Yeah, so I separated the fencing and connected both the cow and chicken sections because I ran out of seeds to feed my chickens and there's more grass on the cow side and I don't want to buy seeds right now. So yeah, I mean, it worked out quite well. I feel bad though, starving my poor babies who have already been through so much with me breeding them over and over. My god, who have I become? Speaking of breeding chickens though, I really do need to get back on track with obtaining all the colors tomorrow. Today, they get to rest and relax. The next morning, I read my mail and received Raina's 4 heart event, where she asked me to go shopping with her and pick out some ingredients for the dish she's making. Okay, so we now have March's and Raina's heart events to get through. We'll get to that soon, I swear. First, I need to buy some chicken treats. We still need to obtain the purple chicken from tier 3, and both tier 4 and tier 5 contain 1 color each, silver and gold, so I'll try for the purple and silver chickens this round. But in order to continue this experiment, I had to sell one of my inbred babies. Pudding, thanks for being a real one. Hayden will take care of you now, girl. I talked to Elsie for some juicy gossip and found out that Adeline loves gazpacho. I need to start hanging out with my girl Adeline soon too. She's such a cutie pie and I love how mature and organized she is, you know? Like, look at her! She's so stinking adorable. From there, I decided to craft some decor pieces because I want to decorate soon and I really need to upgrade my carpenter skill. Although I couldn't craft much because I'm like low on everything. Yeah. I should work on that. So that's what I did. I went to the carpenters, purchased a medium white barn because I want to get a few more animals on my farm, and collected materials around Mistria. In the process, I found a new artifact, a completely wrong map, fun name, and then I ventured back into the deep woods where our friend Caldarus is still sleeping. Here I found an unknown dragon statuette artifact and collected a good amount of hardwood. I went home, placed down the new barn, and almost had enough wood to build it. So hopefully we can do that tomorrow. And I made a pretty good amount of money at the end of the night by selling some of the crops I've grown this season. I also leveled up the town rank to level 47. Early the next morning, I went ahead and chopped down the remainder of the wood I needed to build the barn, which I named 50 Shades of Hay. Now, we buy some cute little animals to add inside. I bought a sheep and named her Bo, and a male sheep and named him Peep. Very original, yes. And that's all I could afford for right now. It's a good start though. Look at how cute and tiny they are. Ugh, my heart. And even though I love Fridays, I decided to forgo Friday night at the end this week to focus on gathering materials and foraging around Mistria. Before heading to the Saturday market, I took a look around my chest and grabbed a bunch of food items to sell, and even baked some more bread to sell, as I think one loaf sells for around 200 tesserae with wheat as the only ingredient. So hopefully I'll bring in a decent amount of money tomorrow. I definitely need it. Alright, let's head to the Saturday market, and I mainly want to hit up Mary's stall and grab as many furniture recipes as I can. I then talked to Elsie and found out that my best buddy Dozy loves tuna. You sweet, adorable thing, you. Honestly, I may just pull up what all the characters like on my laptop because it's already on the internet and this is taking a while. But I still want to guess a little bit. We'll do more gift giving soon. Before the rest of the day, I'm going back to the lava caves. I want to reach as far down as I can go with this update, and we still need to help Caldarus, so let's venture onwards. On level 71, I found a new rare bug, a diamond beetle, and on level 73, I found a rare artifact, perfect gold ore. I know this is an item that March loves, but museum donations come first. On level 76, I found yet another artifact, a fire crystal, and I left the caves around 11:30 to donate my new finds to the museum. I completed the Lava Caves insect set and the Lava Caves artifact set, and earned a few crafting recipes, some money, and gems. And at the end of the night, I earned 15,000 tesserae from everything I sold. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's so much money, for me anyways. I also leveled up the town ranking to 48. The next morning, I made my way to the forge to continue making gold armor and weapons. I decided to finally craft a bug net. It's only for cosmetic reasons, but I like to have matching sets, you know? And it looks pretty with the purple net. I also forged a gold sword and hoe, leaving only the shovel and the armor. Alright, before we head back to the mines, I want to try opening one of those little blocked off caverns with a dragon's breath to see what's inside. And there's one near the caves, so let's try that one out first. And it looks like they're just treasure caves, but honestly, that's really fun. I received an animal sprite statue, which is an automatic animal petter I can place in the large barn or coop, but it requires essence stones to function. Fun! I've yet to come across one of these statues. I don't have the blueprints for large barns and coops yet, so I'll have to wait a bit longer to use it. Around 8 p.m, I finally made it to level 80, where I once again met with the priestess, and it seems like we have reached the bottom of the mines for this update, which was a goal of mine, so I'm happy about that. So maybe I just need to revisit Caldarus? Maybe he's recovered and has just been waiting for me? Also, our chicks hatched. I can't tell if this one is purple or blue, honestly. I'm hoping it's the purple one, so I named her Plum. And heck, yes, we got our tier 4 chick. So cute. Alright, this one we are naming Jicama because as far as I'm aware, there are no silver crops in nature, so we'll default to the white ones. Alright, we have only one more color to go. I'm thrilled, you guys. So I'll need to get another silver chick so we can make a gold one, but I'll do that in a little bit. Today, let's hand out some gifts and witness some heart events, yeah? And yes, I may or may not have looked up a few items that the characters like, okay? There's guides online and I honestly don't care to figure out every single item out on my own, especially since the game is still in early development. Okay, I gave Miss Celine a lilac, Adeline got some heather flowers, a diamond for Ulrich, because he is one. March got a gold ingot, and he loved it. We have a heart event to witness here in a second, mister, so don't go anywhere. Next, Reese gets a chicken feather. Hayden loved the stone horse artifact that I have multiple of in my chest, so it went to good use. And last but certainly not least, Henrietta got some glowberries, and she loved them. Gosh, what a cutie. Outside of Hayden's farm, I found a new artifact, a muttering cube. Sounds creepy. Alright, it's time. Let's go see my Tsundere Man's 6 heart event. I love his theme song. It's so fun and upbeat. I walked in on March and Ulrich planning their work schedule, and once he saw me, he acted happy and normal. Okay, he likes me being around now. He won't admit it, but he does. I mean, he did send out a request specifically asking for me to help out because I'm competent and knowledgeable at the forge, and he likes being around me. I told him he doesn't have to be shy. Those walls are already starting to crumble. No need to keep this facade going, you know. He's still trying to play it cool though. And as always, Ulrich is just being the cutest and sweetest person ever. And as we were about to get to work, Adeline popped into the shop and had an important rush request from her mom, the Baroness. She was awarded the Shield of the Realm Award for her services to the kingdom and requested that the shield itself be made in Mistria. Basically, she wanted March to make it for her. Oh, I love that. He looks so happy. Although the letter requesting the shield's creation was delayed, and the only way to make it in time for the ceremony would mean it would have to be finished today. So I told March I'd help him so that he can make this prestigious award that he very much wishes to make. That's what I'm here for, after all. Adeline and I both seemed to convince March, and with a determined and proud expression on his face, we got to work. Since this order is taking precedence over the others, Adeline went around telling the citizens that their orders would be delayed so that we can work without stress. Alright, it was just me and March at the forge, and we were finishing up the shield. He needed me to hold it steady while he added the detailing, and... oh my god, is he gonna come over and show me how to hold it and get all close and hold my hand and stuff? That type of story cliche? Oh my god, he is! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, no way am I telling him to let go of my hand. Are you kidding me? You know how hard it is for this dude to show any type of closeness? So yeah, that happened and it was amazing. He may have rejected me at the Shooting Star Festival last year, but we are making progress. And I will have him chaperone me this year, or so help me. Sorry, Hayden, I think I've kind of made up my mind. He's just too interesting and fun, okay? I like the enemies to lovers trope way too much, and I'm locked in. But yeah, I loved this heart event. It was cute. And he was still trying to act cool about everything, but I see that blush, my guy. Okay, we'll get to Raina's tomorrow. I stopped by the Carpenters and was elated to see large barns and coops are now available. I'll upgrade soon. But honestly, I want to check up on Caldarus first. And it seems like he's been fine for a while, just chilling outside of his house. He talked about helping Celine out when she almost fell in a body of water. God, he's such a sweet guy. I gave him a flower so we can start to become close friends, and also, I just love looking at his character art. In the deep woods, I caught a new fish called a silver red horse, found a new artifact called a metal leaf, and teleported back home like a boss. Okay, so I'm going to focus on gift giving for March until I get him to 8 hearts. I'm sorry, okay? I know there are just as many March haters as there are lovers, but he's been chosen for this playthrough, and I want to take a look at the newly implemented dating mechanics, so I gotta get someone to 8 hearts, right? This is for science and for love. I found Elsie to get some gossip on Mary, and she likes wood. Plain, simple, but makes sense since she restores furniture. I then gave March another one of his favorite gifts, spoke to Ulrich, who commented on the heart event, which was interesting to listen to, and decided to forge for the day. I'm going to be doing a bunch of that over the next few days to gather materials so I can start crafting more items for my house. I found a new artifact while roaming around, a weightless stone, and bought all of the cooking recipes from the tackle shop. Kind of forgot about this place, if I'm being honest. The next morning, I bought a few things from Balor's stall because why not? And decided to change my look. I think it's pretty cute. I got a bit of gossip about Hayden from Elsie while at the inn and purchased all the cooking recipes that were available here as well, and crafted a few more decor items to help level up my carpenter skill. The rest of the day, I foraged and gathered materials, mainly wood, and found myself in the deep woods to try and catch a few more fish and bugs, which I did. I caught a new fish called a muskie, a bug called a singing katydid, another new fish, a lake trout, and yet another new bug called a windleaf butterfly. Today is Caldarus' birthday, so we'll make sure to bring our favorite dragon a gift. And what better than a mini version of himself? Yes, I looked up to see what he liked, and that item in particular made me laugh because it's a bit vain. But when it comes to him, I don't get the big ego vibes. I purchased 5 more recipes from the inn, donated a few items to the museum, and made my way to the deep woods, where instantly I found another new bug called a dragon horn beetle, which leaves 1 left to find in this area. I then made my way to Caldarus and decided to talk with him first, and I don't know why, but his comment about hoping to one day be able to bathe in the bathhouse was kind of sad. He's basically an outsider, which I get and understand. He's a freaking dragon, and I'm pretty sure people would kind of freak out upon knowing that fact, you know? But man, I hope one day he can integrate into society here and be like a kind protector. Alongside me, of course. I then gave him a mini statue of himself, and he was so thankful that a mere mortal remembered his birthday. No, he's so adorable. And around 11 p.m., I finally found the last springtime bug. Oh my god, this was a pain in the butt to find. And as you can see, I had the game zoomed out so I could better spot it, but that completes the spring set, so I'm stoked. At the end of the evening, I leveled up the town ranking to 49, which means we are close to getting another town repair quest, I believe. I'm kind of in the mood to continue looking for rare bugs, and I know there is a legendary bug found in the spring that I'm missing called the flower crown beetle, so I'm gonna spend my time looking for that menace today. But as predicted, I wasn't able to find it. The legendaries are gonna be so hard to come across. I did, however, decide to open up the borders of my animal enclosure because, yes, they ran out of grass to eat once again, and there's a ton of grass on my farm, so hey, why not? And since I had a ton of essence, I decided to purchase more skill perks. I bought all of the tier 3 farming perks, most of the tier 4 archaeology perks, and 1 woodcrafting perk. The next morning, I found a new artifact on my farm thanks to the skill perk I purchased, and found Elsie at the Saturday market, learning that Henrietta loves oranges. Cute. Also made me realize I never brought her a cucumber like I said I would. Shame on me. I then bought all of the clothes from Lewis because I'm dying to see more variety, so we'll see if anything new appears next week. I also purchased every crafting recipe from Mary. I need to collect them all. I have to be getting close to purchasing everything from her by now. I then purchased a few accessories from Vera and made my way to the inn to see if they had any new cooking recipes, and they did, so I grabbed those as well. Whew. I spent a lot of tesserae today. From there, I decided to complete a few requests that had been sitting in my inbox for a while. A middle mist for Lewis, a deep earthworm for Reyna, and some under seaweed for Torithia. I then quickly picked up yet another request on the board for Torithia for a trout and turned that in right away. While checking my inbox, I realized I had yet one more request I was able to complete, a simple catfish for Hemlock. And bam! I'm sure that earned me a decent amount of renown. And while collecting materials around Mistria, I found a new artifact, a black tablet, which completed the Opart artifact set, unlocking a cool chair recipe. The next morning, I received my first batch of sheep wool for my little babies, and picked up a request on the quest board from Hayden for a few peas for Henrietta, because she loves them. I shall fulfill that request. I stopped by to say hi to Ulrich and gained another heart with him. What a lovely morning, despite the gloomy weather. On my way to the mines, I found March, and he said, "What's up?" And just like that, we are at 7 hearts. Yes, one more to go, you guys. I decided to mine on the iron levels today to grab more ore, especially because I want to upgrade my house soon and I'll need it in order to do so. Plus, I need it for crafting recipes as well. I grabbed a good amount of ore, left once I ran out of space, and before heading to bed, I dropped off the pea request for Henrietta, and finally gave her a cucumber. Look at her! She's having a wonderful day. She's glowing. God, I love her. And finally, at the end of the night, I ranked up to the next town ranking, Sapphire, and reached level 50. I'm excited to see what this milestone will unlock. Alright, today is the first day of summer and there's a bunch to do. First though, I received a letter in the mail from Adeline about reaching Sapphire rank with the town, and that we should expect news this week from the king himself. Oh, that's exciting. Something new. Okay, next, I want to buy a bunch of crops to plant for the season, but in order to do that, we need to go to the general store, which will trigger Reyna's 4 heart event, so let's go do that now. I met with Reyna to go shopping for some ingredients, and Holt just stocked his store, so we were able to get the first pick of the day. She grabbed a bit of time, courtesy of Celine, and Holt came in clutch with a wonderful pun. I love Holt and his dad jokes. He also mentioned they got a surprise item in their shipment, a dragon horned mushroom, and they seem to be pretty rare. And so we decided to grab this little guy to use as the main ingredient. Holt had a few more wonderful puns to add into the convo and surprised Reyna by giving her the ingredient for free. We went back to her room to test out the new ingredients to make a dish called, I honestly don't know how to pronounce that. It seemed like a simple dish, but we both really loved it, so that's cool. I grabbed my rewards and another quest on the board, and I permanently increased my stamina once again after reaching another town milestone. Love that. Next, I went back to the general store to grab some seeds to plant and bought as many seeds as possible, focusing on the plants that will give me multiple harvests throughout the season. I'll buy more once I get more money midway through summer. I went home, planted all of my seeds, and ran to the museum to write down all the items I'm still missing, mainly the fish and bugs I can find during the summer, which includes a rare and a legendary bug, so I will be on the lookout. I found a new forageable for the first time as well, some wild grapes, which was the item I needed for the quest I picked up, so I'll fulfill that later on. I then spent the rest of the evening looking for the legendary bug. I had no luck finding it. Okay, y'all, I got the notification that a legendary summer fish can be found today, so I'm gonna attempt to catch it. It's called the lightning fish, and it can be found in rivers on rainy days, so let's give it a shot. It took a few hours, but around 12:30, I finally caught the little guy in the river near the caves. Heck, Yeah, that's 2 legendary fish down. If only the bugs were this easy to catch. I know the last 2 deep woods fish I'm missing are also found during the rain, so I'm gonna attempt to catch them today as well. Plus, it'll earn me fishing experience. After a few catches, I caught my first rainfish called a sunny. That's ironic. And a few hours later, I caught the last deep wood fish called a sauger. I also fished up a few iron chests that contained tesserae, some flour, and iron ingots. And I found a new artifact called a crystal apple. It's kind of pretty. I went ahead and donated my new finds to the museum, completing the summer pond fish set. And I guess that's actually not the deep woods fish I was looking for, but it was a fish I needed, so it's good either way. I still need to find the last one though. So I went back. I had a few hours left, so I figured, why not try again? Wow, first try. Okay, game. Thanks for helping a girl out. Okay, back to the museum. And now we have completed the deep woods fish set. And as a reward, I got a crafting recipe and a sushi platter dish, which I know is a loved gift of March's, so I'm quite happy with my prize. The next morning, I found a new artifact on my farm called a vintage sickle, and I was breaking rocks and stumbled upon the last needed rare bug. What? How have I been so lucky lately? That never happens to me. On my way to the museum, I upgraded my archaeology skill to 50, donated my finds, and completed the rare insect set, earning some tesserae, rice, and an adorable string lights recipe. Next, before I forget, there's another one of those caves we need to burn down by the beach, so I want to do that. And once we busted the rocks, I found another one of those statues, this time a water sprite statue that will help water my crops. Basically a little sprinkler I can power up. Fun. I still don't have the means to use them yet, I believe. Or maybe I do. I'll look into that soon. I found Balor and Valen hanging out by the beach, and why is everyone just so hot in this game? Whoa, that bathing suit, is she wearing bottoms? I feel like there's a reason her name tag is like right there. Have I seen her in this swimsuit? I can't remember honestly, but that is definitely the most revealing outfit in this game. Also, she forgot who I was. Thanks, Juniper. I thought we were kind of friends. And Hayden, my adorable dude, is rocking that dad bod. Not Holt making a pun and playfully calling out March all casually. Oh my god, Holt. After that epic burn, I gave March the sushi platter to make him feel better. And yes, another loved item cataloged. We are so close to 8 hearts, my friend. We're so close. From there, I bought a few more seeds to plant. Not many, but I want to place them in the ground ASAP so I can increase my profits throughout the season. And finally, it seems we have gotten news for the king. Weekly crown requests are now available, which come from the capital instead of the citizens of Mistria. These requests reward you with a bunch of renown, it seems, so I'll have to look into them. Ooh, new things to do. That's exciting. So let's go take a look and see what the first one entails. Ulrich wants to wear short shorts. Devs, make that happen. Alright, so moving on from the short shorts combo. Our first crown request is to ship 30 crops of any kind, and we'll earn 75 renown and a golden treasure box. Seems easy enough. While I was at it, I also accepted a request from Balor for some large animal feed, and as it was late, I spent the rest of the evening looking for the legendary summer bug. I once again did not find him. Alright, let's do something we haven't done in a while. Donate some shiny beads to the chicken goddess statue on Hayden's farm. An offering for our beloved deity, protector over all crops, animals, and seasonal harvests. The goddess Demeter would be jealous of this girl. We're donating 10 beads today, and I think I received quite a few wonderful items. A pudding recipe, 2 adorable accessories for my dog, some pudding that was already made, an omelet recipe, another cute accessory for my doggo, and some deluxe large animal feed. Thank you, chicken goddess. May you continue to bless me. Oh, that's so adorable. It's criminal for him to look this cute. I cooked some noodles really fast to fulfill a request, made one ultimate large animal feed at the mill, and whipped up a few mayos to sell for some profit. I then went around fulfilling all these random requests. Noodles for Josephine, grapes for Hemlock, ultimate feed for Balor, and he commented on the short shorts thing Ulrich brought up. Oh my god, that is so funny. It's even funnier that March paid Balor to never speak or act upon that idea. March, you ruined all the fun. Even Balor can see the potential. I then spoke to the ladies around the cauldron, and Elsie was talking about a spicy fling she had back at the Capitol, and poor Adeline was all flustered and embarrassed. But I leveled up my friendship with her. I'll be expecting her next heart event soon. The final quest item of the day is some pudding for Island, straight from the chicken goddess herself. I found a new artifact at the dig site called an ancient crystal goblet, which completed the ancient artifact set. I shipped 30 wintergreen berries, hoping they would work for the 30 crops needed for the crown request, and headed off to bed. The next morning, I received Adeline's 4 heart event, so we'll meet up with my girl later on. And I should have known, they did not count towards the crops count. Ugh, alright, I'll ship some of my hoarded fruits and veggies, but I'm not happy about it. I then went right back to the general store and purchased another large batch of seeds, spending all my money once again. It'll be worth it in the end, though. There was also a request on the board from the wild child of the town for some obsidian. Alright, Del, I'll grab you some, girl. Why can't she just post a request for some coffee? I am dying to see that. I found a new artifact on Hayden's farm, a rare artifact called an Alda bronze sword, completing the Alda artifact set, and headed to the mines to look for a few more artifacts, where I was lucky and found one, a miner's rucksack. I now have one more left to find in the early levels of the mines. And at the end of the night, I leveled up the town ranking to level 51. The next morning, I woke up to 2 recipes in my inbox after shipping certain crops overnight. A beet salad recipe from Valen, and a simmered daikon recipe from Nora. My first batch of tomatoes, corn, and tea were ready to harvest, so I bundled them up and tossed them in the shipping bin. I need tesserae. From there, I located Adeline at the Saturday market and turned in my first completed crown request. And inside the treasure box, I received more tesserae and a lobster roll. I'll take it. And unfortunately, Lewis still doesn't have many options available at his shop. It's okay, but I do hope more become available once the full game releases. And don't judge me, but I bought a slice of chocolate cake and hot chocolate from Darcy because March likes them. I have a goal in mind here, people. 8 hearts is so close. Just give it a bit more time. He'll change how he talks around me. I can feel it. I quickly went back home and made a rice ball to fulfill a board request from Vera ages ago, and gave Dell a piece of obsidian. This kid is my favorite man. She's so spunky. And I also found out from Elsie that she likes rocks. Simple and easy, and so Dell. I'm sure Ulrich would love to know that piece of gossip. And like always, I bought as many crafting recipes from Mary as I possibly could. At least her shop is always well stocked. From there, I wanted to craft some recipes to increase my carpenter skill. I crafted a cute fridge, 2 more stone chests because I'm running out of storage space, once again. Some dressers, a lamp, yet another chest because you can never have enough, a few crop signs because they're cute, and that's all I could make. There are a few things I wanted to craft, but my level wasn't high enough. And I feel as if leveling up this skill is going to be the most annoying of them all. I then started to redecorate, and it's definitely not how I want it to stay permanently, but it's starting to look really cute. And at the end of the day, I leveled up the town rank to level 52. Because of all the tea leaves I shipped yesterday, I received a rose tea recipe in the mail from Josephine. Thanks, Joe. I then ran to the general store to buy a few more tomato, corn, and tea seeds, picked up a request on the board from Nora, and returned home to continue decorating and organizing. And before I knew it, the day was already over. Just like that. I didn't even get to finish decorating. Alright, I think for now, this looks pretty cute. It's much more homey feeling and warm. I kind of like it. And I can store some food in the fridge, so that's an absolute win. Now, I just need to organize my chest. And yeah, didn't finish, but I got a temporary little system going in my brain, which will require some more chest crafting tomorrow. I went ahead and crafted another stone chest to hold all my hoarded fish, and went back home to continue organizing all my stuff. And nope, did not finish. Man, the day just flies by so fast in this game, even on the longest setting. Alright, I finished. Overall, I'm satisfied with everything. All of my items are organized, making things easier to find as I need them. But I think I need to stretch my legs out a bit today and do something new. Before leaving the farm, I received another recipe in the mail from Nora for toasted sunflower seeds. Awesome. I've been gathering a bunch of recipes lately and I'm happy about it. I also found a new artifact on my farm, a vintage watering can, so I'll drop that off at the museum later on. I ran to the request board and we have a new crown request to ship 6 dining tables and 12 dining chairs. I actually dig this quest because I seriously need to increase my carpenter skill. It's at 17 now, but it's still my lowest ranking skill. There was also a request from Errol for 2 pears that I picked up. I stopped by the mill while I was nearby and processed some flour, rice, and sugar, and I'm not sure if I'll sell the cheese and butter I made quite yet, as I want to have some of these ingredients on hand to see if I can cook something new with them. I gave March a chocolate bar, and it's probably dark chocolate since he can be a bit bitter at times, but there's also a hint of sweetness that not everyone can pick up on. I also visited the Mistria Shrine because I completely forgot you can upgrade your mount here. I grabbed the Harvest Horse perk, which allows you to run over forage spots or crops and grab it without dismounting. That's so freaking useful and handy to have. Wish I would have known this sooner. I also grabbed a perk that allows me to change the appearance of my mount to any large 5-heart animal I own. And I can run a bit faster now as well. So I changed my Mistmare to look like Oreo. So stinking cute. The rest of the day was spent foraging with the help of my new Mistmare skill perk. And it's awesome. And I love it. While checking up on my animals the next day, I received my first golden egg. I'm assuming that only happens when I have animals with max hearts who are happy and well fed. I was kind of wondering how to find golden animal products since I have a request for golden butter from Nora. Now I know. I made my way over to the carpenters after I was done on my farm, crafted the 6 tables and 12 chairs for the crown request, and I'm surprised that it barely increased my crafting skill. I made a bunch of stuff just now, game. What the hell? I also purchased a large coop from the carpenters so I can continue my chicken experiments here shortly. I still need the gold ore and we are halfway through the playthrough, so I need to get a move on. But because I used up all my wood on the crafting tables and chairs, I had none to build said coop, so I went around collecting more. I also turned in Nora's request for some corn, found March on the beach and gave him a hot chocolate, and followed him back to Hayden's farm in the evening. I'm not a stalker, okay? I just want to talk to him more, you know? And it doesn't hurt that Hayden and Reese are there as well. And I just love the friendship Reese and March have. They balance each other out so well. And of course, I had to give Miss Henrietta a present before leaving. I just want to squish her. While there, I placed all of my chickens from the small coop into daycare so I could tear it down and build the new, bigger coop. And I was absolutely amazed and elated to see that I received all my building materials back once I broke down the small coop. Why doesn't every farming game do that? I named my coop Poultry Palace, as that was the name of the small one, and we'll continue our experiments tomorrow. Oh my god, this mount skill perk is freaking amazing, dude. I went ahead and retrieved my chickens from daycare, placing the ones I need to breed in the larger coop. Bought a few treats and a little hat. It's cute. And there we go. We'll check in a few days to see if we got another silver chicken or even a gold one. I found Adeline in the town center and talked to her to complete the crown request, and it was for an orphanage? Did I know that? Oh, what a good feeling. Elsie was nearby, so I got some more gossip on March, and it seems like he likes Mistral ore, which I have yet to come across, so perhaps it's not yet implemented in the game. But I now know, which is important. And I'm doing pretty good filling out his info card, which is a lovely feeling. I then found Errol and turned in his pair request. Here you go, you dapper looking fella you. I ventured into the deep woods to say hi to Caldarus because I keep forgetting to talk to him sadly. But when I entered his home, he was too busy playing a beautiful song to have a conversation with me. I get it, but still, I came all the way out here to talk to you. It's a weird feeling being ignored by a dragon. I did, however, find a new artifact, so it was worth it. Also, I missed Friday night at the inn for the last 3 weeks in a row. What is wrong with me? I will not miss it again. So let's finish up our fun little group convos so we can hopefully start with brand new groups next week. First up, Queen Maple's table. Seems that they are in agreement talks, making deals and such. She said as long as her face is on the currency, people celebrate her twice a year, and no paperwork, she's willing to go along with their plan of working together. Although, she's more keen on her original fight to the death initiative. Everyone seems pretty happy about it, although I think March still had a bit of fight left in him, and suggested starting war with the Caldosians. It was cute, and she seemed happy in the end. Gotta love Queen Maple. Next, the Curse board game group. Everyone was in good spirits because of some treats they were snacking on, but it seems they all forgot about the board game because Valen took it home and decided to toss it in a river. She said it with the funniest look on her face, too. Eileen wasn't too thrilled to hear that, though, and Celine offered some food for thought. It's bound to wash up somewhere, and she's worried it'll destroy the next village that ends up finding it. What a funny way to end that storyline. Next group was the book club, and we're on to Elsie's pick, which, of course, was a romance book. Everyone seemed to have really loved the book, although Landon wasn't sure it was appropriate for Reese to read, and he was blushing, but said he could handle it. Oh ho ho, okay. Have you read more descriptive romance books in your past, Reese? Tell me. And Landon was saying that simple hand-holding back in the day came with warning labels on the cover books, and I think Reese was getting a bit bashful and wanted to move on from the subject. Elsie even said that her memoirs she's currently writing are basically all about her various romances, and that everyone will get a copy when she's done. Last group, the Dragon's Guard. Seems everyone tried to find Del's hidden treasure, but they came up empty-handed. And Juniper reminded the group that she never even told them what it was they were looking for. This little kid then said, "Oh, actually, I found it under my bed. Wanna see?" And yeah, it was just a rock. Adeline looked defeated. Juniper looked unimpressed. Balor was disappointed because he couldn't sell it for profit, but Ulrich seemed to like it because, of course, it's a rock. That was so much fun. I hope the devs continue to add more of these convos with each update. And at the end of the night, I leveled up the town rank to level 53. I spent the morning clearing up some debris on my farm and then headed to the Saturday market where I purchased every crafting recipe from Mary's stall, as I always do if I have the money, and purchased a few decorative pieces from her as well. Lewis still didn't have anything new, so I just bought out his stock for the time being. I bought 4 items from Vera's stall as well, just because it's nice to have a variety of options. Although now, I'm basically broke once again. The next morning, I found a new artifact on my farm, a vintage brush, and as it's Celine's birthday today, I decided to go find her. She was on the beach, looking cute as ever in her swimsuit, and I gave her a crystal rose for her birthday. Look at her! She's so stinking cute. While talking with the others on the beach, I increased my relationship with Island to 4 hearts. Still have to do Adeline's 4-heart event? Sorry girl, I promise I'll get to it soon. Same thing with Balor. Our relationship increased to 4 hearts. The beach is a great place to grow one's relationship, it seems. I then turned in a few requests, some coconuts for Landon, and some crystals to Juniper. On the way back to the farm, I purchased the rest of Balor's crafting recipes, chopped down a few trees, and headed to bed, where I leveled up the town's rank to 54. I received both Balor and Island's heart events in the mail the next morning, so we'll witness them soonish. For now, I'm gonna head back into the mines as I'm still missing a fish in the lava caverns and an artifact in the upper mines, so I'm gonna attempt to find these items and collect ore and resources while I'm at it. While venturing through the lava caves, I found a cool obsidian double bed in a chest, but other than that, I didn't find anything I was looking for. I did stop by the forge on my way home and craft my first golden pieces of armor with all the gold I collected. When I went to bed, I was met with a wonderful sight, and I received another silver baby, which I named Fennel, and yet another silver chick, which I named Cauliflower. Now that I have 3 silver chicks, my chances of getting a gold one are basically set in stone. I spent the morning hand feeding my animals so I could grab a few more shiny beads to offer to the almighty chicken statue, and she so graciously returned my offerings with a few animal cosmetics, a recipe for quiche, and an actual cooked quiche. Speaking of animals, I feel as if it's time to buy a few more. I purchased 2 horses, Seabiscuit and Pegasus, and 2 llamas, Tina and Cusco. And once I finish my chicken experiments, I'm planning to buy some ducks, but right now, I need the space. Look at how stinking cute they are, you guys. They're so small. I swear this game was made for me. This simple little interaction brings me more joy than you guys could possibly fathom. I then headed back to the mines to try to find the lava fish I'm missing once again, and I came across what I think is a ritual chamber. I've actually never come across a room like this, I believe, and the big dragon chest in the middle of the room gave me a new artifact called a ritual incense burner. And it was the first in the ritual chamber set. I believe this is my first time coming across one of these rooms. I spent the entirety of the day in the mines looking once again for the missing lava fish. I did not find it. I did, however, find an obsidian table and an obsidian chest, and a crafting recipe for an obsidian chair, so it wasn't all for nothing. On my way to the mines for another day of excavation, I found a new artifact called an Aldarian Gauntlet, which completes the Aldarian artifact set, earning me some tesserae and a floor crafting recipe. On level 76 of the lava caves, I found a perfect diamond, another rare artifact, and on the same floor, I finally found the last fish I needed for this section, which apparently is a rare fish as well, which makes freaking sense. Took forever to find you. I then ventured to the upper mines to try and find the last missing artifact, and in the process, I found a mines wall and a floor crafting recipe, but no artifact. I stopped by the museum before going home and grabbed my rewards for completing the lava cave fish set, and at the end of the night, I leveled up the town's ranking to 55. The next morning, I received a letter from Adeline asking me to meet her at the entrance to the mines. Apparently, she received exciting news from the King's Council. Wonder what that could mean. But first, I noticed that my silver chickens are all grown up, but failed to realize they are all female, so I can't breed 2 silvers together. We'll still continue onwards and try 2 of the silver chickens with 2 of the tier 3 colors. Maybe I'll get lucky. Next, I started purchasing some more skill perks, grabbing all of the ones in the farming category, and this one in particular seems very useful. I would love it if the dragonfly bug I need to catch could show up in the next 10 days. I have yet to see it. I also grabbed the Bell Tolls perk, which will give me a big bell recipe. Once I ring said bell, it will call out all the animals on my farm. While foraging on the beach, I also found a new artifact, a cute tiny dinosaur skeleton. Alright, next, I met up with Adeline by the mines, and Errol and Ulrich were there as well. Adeline said that Mistria is quickly becoming one of the highest ranked regions in Aldaria, thanks to yours truly, of course. And because of our accomplishment, the king is giving our town a stone refinery, which is new technology that crushes and converts stones into other materials like gems and refined stones. Interesting. I saw a few crafting materials that called for refined stones, so now I know where to get it. We need to find a good place to put the stone refinery, and Ulrich was more than happy to use his big old muscles to help carve out a new room to place said device. That is, after I provide the needed materials, of course. And would you look at that? I actually do have all the needed materials, so I went ahead and dropped them off and went to go find Adeline, but ran into Balor's 4-heart event instead. I guess we're doing this. I honestly forgot. That's okay though. Balor's chill. I like him. I made my way to Balor's room and waited for him to come back, and I started snooping, but honestly, it's not my fault. He left his diary open on the floor. He was talking about his established supply line he's built by delivering bulk orders to neighboring towns along with Mistria to help keep prices low until the town can stabilize again. Aw, he cares! He's a softie deep down too. He loves this place. That's adorable. But I didn't want him to catch me reading his private diary, even though, again, it's his fault he left it lying around while inviting me to wait in his room. So I decided to stop there. I'm having a thrilling time waiting in pure silence. His room is also kind of messy. Well, he came back, and at least he admits it's his fault for leaving his journal out, and asked me not to say anything, but yeah, it wasn't bad at all. I guess he just doesn't want to bring up that things are still a bit tough for everyone. And look at Mr. Macho trying to play it off like he doesn't care. Yeah, sure. Okay, Balor. Whatever you say. I caught him in his bluff and said that you seem to like living here, and he blushed. I knew it. There's nothing wrong with admitting you like to live in this town, Balor. It's pretty awesome. Balor then said I'd become one of his main suppliers and to keep doing what I'm doing to help him and to help Mistria, and started talking about making profits here, yada yada yada. Diverting, Balor. That's what you're doing. But okay, I'll play along for now. And well, I kind of forgot it was Friday night at the inn, so guess we're doing this now too. I mean that in a good way. I like Friday night at the inn. First up, March's group at the bar. Is there no convo happening here? That's a bummer. Okay, moving on, I guess. Balor's group. They were talking about a painting Balor gave Nora, but she said, nuh-uh. Apparently, it's a weird clown painting that Nora thinks Balor is simply trying to voice off to make it sound like a sweet gift, when in reality, he just wants to get rid of it. Reese chimed in saying that the frame at least looks expensive as it's made from a rare wood, and Adeline even commented on the frame itself, saying it's extravagant and weird for a painting of this caliber. Celine said the paints look high quality, and Errol recognized the artist's signature at the bottom, saying she was famous for her time. And now Nora seems interested, and Balor seems to have second thoughts about gifting it to her. Basically, he thinks he lost out on a huge profit. So they're all gonna look into it. Next, I talked to Raina, and I guess she's the one to talk to at the bar. Strange. She didn't have the convo symbol above her head, but I'm glad there's a group activity here. So it's a taste testing group where each week they're going to be trying new desserts. Today, it's berries and cream. My brain-rotted mind really wanted to sing the stupid jingle. And come to find, Henrietta helped forage the berries. Cute. So yes, of course it's delicious. Look, even March likes it. And it seems like Island is the one funding this little club because he is the dessert king. Okay, next, Elsie's table, and she's running the Dragons and Drama campaign, but says it's light on the dragons, so she's gonna be hosting a campaign about a dramatic romance, I bet. Yup, everyone has a secret lover in the game. That's so funny. And it almost just sounds like it's a dating game. Like the scene is everyone is meeting their blind dates. So she asks everyone, who are you and what do you love about your secret date? Everyone went around introducing themselves. And I'm sorry, Valen is talking about Juniper, right? I mean, I know Elsie handed out cards for everyone to read and in the game she is a sorceress, but come on. Come on. And Juniper's lover is a girl too? The game knows, dude. Ulrich's was just hilarious. He's a wandering monk who worships a buff god named Muscular, and he met his girl at a monastery gym. But drama ensues. A letter comes saying they must end things between their lover and not to look for them. Everyone responded to the letter, and they all had their ways of dealing with the grief, hurt, confusion, anger, and even more confusion. Because yeah, Ulrich's right. They're all dating the same person? Huh. And I gained 4 hearts with Juniper. Okay, last group, the kids. They must be up to no good. Seems like they are playing charades. That sounds innocent enough. Alright, I need to guess who Dell is pretending to be. And it's obviously Balor. And that was that. Short, sweet, and cute. I then turned in the stone refinery request to Adeline. I know it's Friday night, girl, and everyone is relaxing, but let's just get this done. And it's kind of nice to see Ulrich and Errol mining, since that's what they used to do. Don't know what's stopping Ulrich from helping me out and mining again, honestly. Besides, monsters. And just like that, we have some new equipment to mess around with. I'm looking forward to testing it out. There was a weird artifact uncovered when we broke through the wall, and once everyone left, it started to glow, because of course it did. Only for me though, I'm the chosen one. Come to find, it's another fast travel point. Sweet, I'll gladly welcome more of those. Today is my birthday in the game, and I woke up to so many happy birthday letters and gifts. Ugh, what a way to feel loved. A lot of it was food items, which I will gladly take, and even Caldarus sent me a letter. Oh my god, the dragon wished me happy birthday, you guys! He's trying so hard to adapt to human customs. Adorable. I also received Juniper's 4 heart quests in the mail. She needs her test subject once again. Wonder what she'll do to me this time. I visited the town's request board and accepted the new crown request to ship 30 mine forageables. Perfect. I need to go back into the mines anyways to look for that artifact, so we'll do that today. I also picked up a quest from Valen for some seaweed. At the Saturday market, Lewis had absolutely nothing in stock. So yeah, I bought out his entire stock, it seems. And that makes me sad. The clothes in this game are so adorable, so hopefully more will arrive with future updates. Okay, let's head to the mines, and while venturing down below, I found a crafting recipe for a mine storage chest, and that was it. While harvesting my crops the next morning, I received 2 faux crop recipes thanks to that new skill perk. One for tomatoes and one for corn. I also found a new artifact on the beach, a meteorite, which completed the prehistoric artifact set, and as a reward, I received a really cool Explorer's Globe crafting recipe. Before heading into the mines, Marge commented on the meteorite I just donated, saying he wanted to melt it down and make it into something, even if it risked him getting run out of town. Well, I'll have to find another one to give to him one of these days. And I had no luck finding the artifact I needed on levels 1 through 20, so I made my way to the next section to gather forageables for the crown quest, and found another faux recipe, this time for sea grapes. The next morning I received the faux tea plant recipe, totaling 4 faux plants. Sweet. And today is going to be another mining day. I'm saving my money for a bunch of seeds when summer comes in a few days. And I'm almost at 8 hearts with March, but I want to wait until the Shooting Star Festival before playing out his next heart event because I never got to go with him last year, and I don't want to risk the dialogue changing because of it, you know? So I spent all day in the upper mines, and it's so totally fun to constantly find every other artifact over and over again, except for the one you're looking for. I did, however, rank the town to level 56 today, so that made me a bit happy. And to follow that excitement, my chicks hatched. We got another silver chick, a boy this time, and I named him Mushroom. And I got the gold one. Yes, dude, which means I have officially obtained every color of chicken besides the seasonal ones. I'm elated, I tell you. I named this mini chocobo Squash. I stopped by to say hi to Caldarus because I haven't in a while and I really want to talk to him more. He commented that Island is really invested in the history of the Dragonsworn and is looking forward to his reaction when he learns that I'm a Dragonsworn. Ooh, me too, Cal. Me too. But I'm more looking forward to how everyone will react when they discover a freaking living, breathing dragon living in their town, like right next door. That sounds more interesting to me, honestly. And he's nice and sweet, so everyone will love him, I'm sure. The rest of the day, I explored the mines to gather more forageables and found a faux mines muscle recipe, and that was it, unfortunately. Before heading back into the mines, I stopped by the forge to craft the last needed gold armor piece so that I can have all matching equipment and up my defense. I then headed back into the mines to continue looking for artifacts and collecting forageables for the crown request. And today was the day. Finally, I found the last needed artifact in the upper mines. Thank God. That took forever. I moved on to the water caverns next to see if I could get lucky and find some perfect iron ore or a perfect sapphire, but I was unlucky. Still, I'll take the win I got today. And after completing that set, I received an Alda pot crafting recipe. Today is going to be yet another mining day. It's going to be this way until the Shooting Star Festival, basically. I came across another ritual chamber while in the Tide Caverns and found a new artifact called a ritual tablet. I also came across yet another faux crafting recipe, this time for Tide lettuce. It's kind of cute looking. But other than that, I didn't find anything new. The next morning, I received my first batch of horsehair, which I know I need for an older request, and my first batch of alpaca wool. These materials will most likely be used for a bunch of crafting recipes later on. Today is also Maple's birthday, so I'll stop by and give her something on my way to the mines. We are so close to reaching the 30 mine forageables needed to complete that quest, and I want to try and reach level 60 as soon as possible because I think that will unlock the quest for the 2 additional Saturday market vendors. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. I gave Maple a love gift, and look at how cute she is. She's so adorable. I came across yet another ritual chamber and received a new cosmetic item and a new artifact. On the next level, I received a recipe for lemon cake in a chest, and the level after that, I received some perfect iron ore. Yes, let's go! Queen Maple blessed me with luck today because I presented her with a beloved gift. All hail Queen Maple! The next morning, I received a recipe for faux basil after harvesting my crops, and decided to change up my routine. I wanted to hand out some gifts to people, mainly focusing on all the duplicate artifacts I have lying around, as I know some people in town like certain artifacts for gifts. First, I turned in the crown request, and then started handing out flowers and artifacts, and I can never get enough of Celine's happy, shocked, blushing face. And I made the mistake of going inside the bathhouse to find Dozy so I could give him a gift, unaware that I had a heart event waiting with Juniper. Well, let's do her heart event now, shall we? Not that I wasn't looking forward to it, just, you know, I was doing something else. Alright, we're here to be a test subject again. Juniper first started by letting me know that she's a genius. Yes, we all know Junie. She said that her hot springs water acts as a powerful restorative, making a perfect base for her potion work. And the elixir she's going to give me this week should give me the power of a dragon. Should I tell her? I already have the power of a dragon, Juniper, from an actual dragon. I doubt this is going to work. And she insulted me when I told her I could overpower her. Well. Oh my god, I turned into a horse. I would have preferred Ulrich's bunny ears, honestly. So yeah, her potion didn't work, and she blamed it on me because of course she did. She seemed a bit perplexed, maybe a bit upset that her potion was a failure, and so I cheered her up because I'm such a nice person. I mean, I do like her. She's fun. That was a fun heart event, and I got a pet Dozy in the end, so it was worth being turned into a horse. And I gave him a loved item afterwards, and now we are at 2 hearts. Dang, that's actually pretty low. Shame on me. I also stopped by to give Caldarus a love gift, and I just love how he talks. Do you think March would be jealous of Caldarus and how close we are? I'd like to think he would be. I also found a new artifact near his home, a gathering basket. I think that leaves 1 more artifact and 1 more bug left to find in this area. While foraging, I found a crafting recipe for faux sesame and visited the wishing well once again, where I got swindled. I threw in 500 tesserae and got a food item worth less than that. Cheap wishing well. Once I ended the day, I leveled up the town ranking to 57. Today is the Shooting Star Festival, so you know what that means. That's right. This year we are asking March to go with us, and I will not get rejected 2 years in a row. I will not take no for an answer. We are almost at 8 hearts, so he shouldn't have a reason not to go with me. Today, we finished breaking down those walls of his. We know what we must do. He's in the same spot last year where he rejected me. Okay, nice and slow. Oh. Yes. Yes. The wall has been broken. Look at him deflecting. You can't just say what you mean, huh? Okay, now we just have to wait until 8 p.m. That's so far away, dude. Ugh, I guess I will fill my time by completing some requests. 3 gold ore for Balor and a monster horn for Holt. I also picked up the next crown request, shipping 40 fish of any kind. That shouldn't be too difficult considering I have 287 fish in my chest at home. So I went home and quickly did that and fulfilled another small request for some dill from Josephine. Once I completed everything, I realized it was only 12:30, so I gotta find something else to do. I still have to find artifacts from dive spots, so I'll look for those until 8. And on my way there, I ran over some oregano and got the faux recipe for the herb. That's 7 or 8 faux plants I've collected so far. And I found yet another one, this time for catmint. And while heading to a nearby river to look for more dive spots, I ran into islands for Heart Event. Shame on me for forgetting about these for so long. Okay, Island, let's see what you're up to. We met at the dig site and he was telling me how much he loves it because there's so many things left to discover here. He believes the next piece of the Dragonsworn armor can be found in the western ruins, and so of course we're gonna find it immediately. Yep, just like that, I knew what stone to press. This time it looks to be a helmet. So Island's gonna take some time to decode the writing that was found with the armor to help uncover where the next piece may be. Wait until he finds out we're one of the Dragonsworn. He's gonna freak out. All right, it's just about time. 8 o'clock on the dot. Let's do this. I've waited 2 years for this. Okay, I know this is gonna be a bit awkward because it's March. So it was a bit awkward at first. March isn't trusting up people so easily and has this protective shield around him. So I tried to lighten up the mood by asking if he watched the stars with his family when he was little, mainly because I want to know more about his family and I didn't think I'd ever get the chance to ask. Even though I feel like he's gonna shut down right after I ask him. And he didn't quite answer the question, but knowing what I know now, his response is kind of sad because they died when he was still young. And he looked a bit uncomfortable and wanted to change the subject, and I didn't know what to say either. Basically the equivalent to, nice weather we're having. Oh, whoa. He's getting scared. He thinks we're messing with him. Oh! Yes! Throw him off guard! Yes! Oh, I'm loving this. I love everything about this interaction, you guys. He's so shy, and he's trying to play it cool. But also, it's kind of sweet because again, he's such a guarded character with a lot of trust issues. He then commented about how the stars are actually quite pretty from up here, and he seemed to relax a little. It was nice to see that side of him. He then offered to walk me home. This is totally a first date, right? I'm calling it a first unofficial date. And look, he's deflecting again. He just wanted an excuse to walk me home without saying he wanted to walk me home. Ugh, that was so stinking cute. That was worth the wait. And we're almost at 8 hearts. It's about to get adorable, you guys. And I'm about to become insufferable. Prepare yourself for awkward fluff. Okay, today is the first day of fall, so that means we have to buy a bunch of seeds. But first, I want to go talk to March and look in his room because I think I read that the characters hold onto the star brooches if they go with you as a keepsake. And I find that so cute. First, a gift. Okay, now what do you have to say about yesterday? Look at his face. I'm loving this dude. We rarely see this face. Okay, I'm smitten. He's smitten and shy. And yes, 8 hearts, dude. I totally timed this whole thing perfectly. All right, so 8 heart quests tomorrow. And then we shall start our forever relationship. And then we can test out the new dating mechanics. I've been excited to try them out as I've heard they're pretty cute. I kind of want to find Ulrich and see if he has anything to say. Oh my god! He was smiling! He looks so happy for us. Ulrich, you are going to be the best brother-in-law. That's so cute. I was hoping he'd have something to say since they're brothers, you know? Ugh, I'm so sorry for freaking out so much, but like, it's so cute. This game is so cute. I love everything about it. Okay, time to purchase a bunch of seeds. Maybe more than I need, but that's gonna be my moneymaker this season. I'm probably gonna waste a bunch of energy each day watering them, but oh well. And it took me all day to plant everything, but it'll be worth it in the end. It's happening so soon. This has to be the 8 heart event, right? Oh my god, I'm ready. I'm nervous, but I'm ready. Lay it on me, Ulrich. What's going on with your brother? So Ulrich came by to ask if March was at my house. Is there a reason why you think he'd be here? I like that he thinks he'd be here. I'm sure we'll get context to clarify why he thinks that, but let me be delusional for a moment. So apparently March has gone missing. He told Ulrich that there was something he wanted to talk to me about at night. Confession? It has to be a confession. And now we have a flashback. Ulrich asked March if he had plans tonight, and he said he wanted to head on over to my farm because he had something he needed to talk to me about. And he said it while blushing. This man. Then Adeline popped in to let them know she got another special commission from the capital, this time from her father. He was awarded the Gold Dragon Crest for his services to the king. It was another rush order, and the last time the king ordered this award, it was made by March's mom. Oh no, I see where this is going. March seemed really determined to make this award, and you can tell he really wants to prove to himself that he could do it. Ulrich suggested that he ask me for help like last time when we made the shield, but he got a bit offended, or perhaps he put his shields back up. You can tell this is important to him, especially because there is the connection with his mom with this particular order. And Ulrich mentioned that they don't have enough gold ore to make the crest. Uh-oh. Oh no. He's going to go into the mines on his own, isn't he? I'm gonna have to go rescue this fool. He got frustrated and just left without saying anything. So, yep. Seems we need to go rescue his butt. Oh, Ulrich, you sweet soul, you. Immediately, I knew he was somewhere in the mines, and it seems like he fell through a weak floor, as did I. Well, to be fair, I've never been in this part of the mines. It was sealed off for a reason. I found March, though, and he seemed a bit banged up. He also seemed pretty concerned about me, since I'm lying on the ground unconscious. I'm sure I'll be fine. Yeah, see? I'm fine. I commented that he seemed hurt and asked what happened, and he told the truth, saying he came looking for ore, but the ground collapsed right from under him. He's hurt, and I asked to take a look at his arm. He backed away a bit, but eventually let me take a look. He dressed me now. It's cute. I told him that he was colder than death. Please let that mean we get a huddle together. Yes, dude! Yes! Hugging for warmth? It's an overused cliche, alright? But I don't care. This game needs to chill, okay? I can't take it. I'm freaking out. The blush, the hesitation, but we ended up huddling and closed our eyes. He asked why I came looking for him, and duh, it's because I care about you, March. I'm like obsessed if you haven't noticed. Oh my god, I can just smell the confession coming. But he fell asleep against me before he had the chance. God, it's so adorable. It's making me angry. The cute aggression is real right now. I fell asleep too and woke up next to March roaming around the cave. He foraged for some food while I was sleeping and offered it to me since my stomach growled. Embarrassing. And now we wait until someone else finds us. He apologized for getting me involved, and I asked why he didn't just ask me for help. And he looked sad while telling me that he wanted to make the award all by himself from start to finish, something he could be proud of because of his mom's legacy. Okay. Finally, I get this man to open up about things. He started telling me about his mom and dad. She was a master blacksmith from the capital, and his dad was a merchant that traded goods overseas. They moved to Mistria because of the potential these mines offered. This stuff I already know, but it's good to hear it come from March's mouth. She would turn the ore from the mines into incredible showpieces that his dad would then find sellers for. But one day, they sailed to deliver a shipment and never came back. Their ship lost during a storm. But March still holds anger towards them for leaving, which I understand since he was so young when it happened. He clearly has abandonment issues, and after so many people just left Mistria after the earthquake, it makes more sense as to why he was so rude and distant with us. He doesn't like getting close to others as he thinks they're just gonna leave, so he shuts himself away. He wanted to prove to himself that he didn't need them, or anyone. Basically, he's been dealing with this pain alone. He wanted to prove that he was great on his own, which is why he feels like he has to be the best at what he does. Then, he brought up what I said and asked for context, and there's a pink heart option. It's time to start our romance dirty. Are you pumped? I am. Kill me now. He seems so happy that I said that. And he said he was going to talk to me last night to apologize. He wanted to ever since the Shooting Star Festival, which was yesterday, but you know, we'll ignore that fact. He said he's sorry that he gave me such a hard time since I've moved here and that he's been a jerk. At least he admitted it. I can appreciate someone who reflects on their bad behavior and unchecked emotions, but I understand why he acted the way he did, so I'll give him some grace. Ah! Oh my god! No! Interrupted! I'm dead. That was so cute. The little kiss animation. The hearts. Errol and Ulrich found us in a hole at the worst possible time, I'd say. But March didn't seem too upset about it. I mean, he just got the best girlfriend in the world, and I even mined some gold for him before we got rescued. Oh, this is so adorable. I love this. I love this so much. And you guys, look, it says dating. I'm about to have so much fun because I'm almost positive his dialogue is different now, and there better be cute, fluffy, adorable dialogue added. I need it after all the sarcastic and rude one-liners I've had to suffer through. Ugh, I'm checking now. It's beautiful! Oh, how I have waited for him to talk to me like this. Like a normal person, but with fluff added. Oh, yeah, I'm about to be unbearably annoying. Sorry. The next morning, I woke up to Elsie at my front door, and she's Miss Romance, so I assume she's gonna walk me through how the dating elements work in this game. Seems word gets out quick. Will others comment on a relationship, I wonder? I was a bit bashful at her knowing we started dating, which I thought was cute. She said that weekends are the best time to invite someone out on a date instead of weekdays, and we can only go on 1 date per week per partner. Elsie, I'm not about to cheat on March. I'm no hussy. You know how long it took me to get him to where he is now? He already has trust issues, girl. I can't do that to him. I'm no heartbreaker. But I guess that answered another one of my questions. You can date as many people as you like in the game. Wonder if there's consequences for that. I also need to find date inspiration items in the world to unlock date types. Elsie gave me 2 to get started, so I guess I have to unlock date spots. I also get a photo card each time I go on a date, so like a Polaroid picture to remember the date by. That's cute. Oh, yay! I'm excited for our first official date, although I still think the Shooting Star Festival counts as a date. The 2 dates we have unlocked right now are the inn and a picnic in the woods. Ooh, a private date in the woods sounds fun, so I'll pick that one first. Okay, let's go say hi to the boyfriend. He praised me! Oh, I can't believe what I'm hearing, March. See, you guys? We just needed to break through this man's walls a bit. Now look at him. I have to collect all of his dialogue. I am addicted to the sweet, kind, shy, adorable side of him. The other side of the tsundere coin. On my way out, I forged a few new things. I crafted the last golden tool I needed and a few other tools that I never ended up forging, just so I could finish the collection page off as much as I could. And now I'm only missing 1 silver item, the bug net. I plan on selling the items I just made for profit. Honestly, never thought about forging armor and equipment to make money, but it seems like a pretty decent way to make some tesserae. Next, I turned in the fish crown request to add a line. 3 crown requests completed so far. Not too bad. And I spent a bit of time foraging, as it's the new season and all. We're now at level 58 in town ranking, so close to 60. Hopefully I can get there before my 200 days are up. Well, today I think I'm going to take it easy and not overload myself with dating fluff, and instead I'm going to spend it gathering materials. I have no wood. I have plenty of stone thanks to the mines, but when it comes to lumber, I basically have none. So chopping down trees is the name of the game today. Except when I take a break to talk to March. What? I told you I need to collect all of his new dialogue. This is me taking it easy. And oh my god, so cute. He's telling me to be careful because we both fell down a hole. Remember? Where we confessed to each other? And he told me to come back safe. Oh, how caring and kind. I'm loving his dialogue. I need more. Okay, back to chopping down more trees. And I found 2 more faux recipes while exploring the town, 1 for chestnuts and 1 for horseradish. First thing I did the next morning was head to the shrine to spend all the essence I had accumulating. It was a lot. Anything I could purchase, I did, including this little perk which was intriguing. It's called Mist Sight, and it states that a mist spot will appear each day around Mistria. It's a veil between worlds, and I can pull artifacts from mist spots in exchange for essence. Okay. Sure, that makes sense. I mean, there's a half-human, half-dragon man that I'm friends with, and I can do magic, so sure, why not? And the rest of the day, I just spent it gathering lumber once again. I just wanted a chill day today. All right, y'all, today's the day where we go on our first official date. First, we collect our fluffy dialogue for the day, and yep, it was kind of cute. I bet he was gonna say I look pretty. Tsundere man. Okay, let's choose our date, and I think a picnic sounds nice. And it's secluded, which I love. Your partner is the one who ends up asking you as well? Or maybe it switches? Just spit it out, March. Come on, you can do it. He's rambling. Oh, I'm getting cute aggression again because it's so freaking adorable. And that was really fast. A bit faster than I wanted, honestly. But it was a cute little cutscene that ended in a smooch. Oh, it's so fun. This game just makes my heart flutter. And I got a picnic date photo and some pie. Come on. Have you ever seen this dude smile like that before? It's addicting, I tell ya. Okay, back to the Saturday market where I wanted to see his follow-up response because this game is fantastic at doing that. Dialogue kings and queens, these devs. And he thanked me for coming and asked if I enjoyed myself. Oh, I said I enjoyed his company and the little heart symbol above his head kills me every time. Okay, let's check the market where I bought a few hair accessories and hairstyles just because I haven't purchased anything from the stall in a while. And also, I found out the other 2 Saturday market vendors don't unlock until town rank 65, so I'm going to be focusing on that next. I'd really like to unlock them as soon as possible. So let's fulfill a few requests while the vendors are in town. Some walnuts for Darcy, horsehair for Mary, and I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. March had a chat bubble above his head. It's the early phases of dating, okay? The honeymoon phase. Get off my back. And he said he wanted to give me something, and so he gave me a helmet to protect me in the mines. Stop being cute. It's too much too fast. I'm getting whiplash. Back to fulfilling requests. Sheep wool for Hemlock, and a temple flower for Queen Maple. The rest of the evening I spent chopping wood in the deep woods, and I finally came across the last needed bug, the moat firefly. It says it's common, but that's a load of bull. I have looked for this dang bug for so long, and this is the first time I've seen one. And at the end of the night, I leveled up the town ranking to 59, just 6 more levels to go. I got a notification that a legendary fish was nearby. The legendary fall fish is called the leaf fish, and it is found on windy days in rivers. So let's try to find him today. First though, right where it belongs. Oh, it's so stinking adorable. Before we can go looking for that fish though, I was met with Raina at my front door, and she was here to explain how the Harvest Festival works. Oh yeah, I haven't got to experience any of the new festivals yet either. This and the Animal Festival are new with this update, I believe. She was giving me the rundown of all the activities that would be available, including a dance. Okay, I'm making March dance with me. Hopefully I dance better in this game than I do in Stardew because it's painful to watch myself dance in Stardew. And just like the Spring Flower Festival, this festival asks us to gather items to help with preparations. This time we need to collect queen berries, and whoever collects the most will win some sort of prize. But this time it seems like I'm up against Raina. You won't cheat like Celine did, right, Raina? It works the same way as the flowers. By doing some random tasks around town, I'll occasionally receive some berries. I'm going to spend the rest of the day trying to catch the legendary fish, and I also picked up the new crown request on the board to ship 30 berries of any kind, and a request for a perch from Errol. Oh my. I can't do this, dude. I can't do this. Okay. Yes, that's my end goal. Yes, more dialogue. I need more. Okay, back to fishing and collecting berries, and after a few tries, I found him. Now all we need is the winter legend and we'll have caught them all. So I went to the museum to donate this little guy alongside the bug from the deep woods, completing the deep woods insect set. All I have left to find are the legendary insects, and they are a pain in the butt. The legendary bug for this season is called the fairy bee, and it's only found in the morning from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Fun. I also found my first mist site, reached my little hands in and pulled out a mist scroll. 4 more artifacts left to pull out of these interdimensional purple puff clouds. From there, I purchased the crafting scrolls from Balor's cart, shipped 30 berries needed for the crown request, grabbed a perch for Errol's request, and cut down trees for the remainder of the evening. The next morning, I turned in the crown request with Adeline, talked to March to get more fluffy dialogue that makes my tooth ache because it's so incredibly sweet, and turned in Errol's perch request, and he gave me a new cooking recipe. Okay, back to the mines we go to gather materials, queen berries, and hopefully the gem artifacts that I need. I found a recipe for faux jade dulce, a chest in a chest, some cavern wallpaper, and finally, a perfect sapphire, which means I just need a perfect emerald and I'll have found each perfect stone in the available levels of the mines. I woke up to a giant harvest. Basically, all my plants were ready to pick, and in the process, I grabbed a bunch of the queen berries and 4 faux crafting recipes: onion, rice, wheat, and pumpkins. I then planted my extra seeds, watered my garden, headed into town to pick up any requests on the board, and talk to Adeline. She's such a cutie patootie. I'm planning on turning all of my wheat I harvested into flour, and then cooking bread with it, as it earns me 40 extra tesserae each versus selling the wheat alone. So I ran to the mill to grind up some wheat and picked up some broccoli seeds from the general store to grow for my own use, since the crop doesn't sell for much. I then saw Ulrich sweeping, and he commented about the helmet March gifted me, saying he was asking everyone what I'd like as a gift, but in the end it was his idea. Oh, that's so cute! Didn't he say other people gave him the idea for the helmet? He was too embarrassed to admit it was his idea. Watching him struggle with words is fun though. On my way to the mines, I found another mist cloud and received a misty feather quill, and decided to mine on the silver ore levels this time around in hopes that I can find the perfect emerald while also grabbing more silver and queen berries. Come on, March. You have to admit that's a pretty adorable pun. Ugh, collecting the dating dialogue in this game has become my new favorite obsession. Take that back. Henrietta is not rude. She just knows what she wants and goes after it. She's a girl boss. Why am I the only animal owner in Mistria who can't read their pet's thoughts? That's so unfair. When I got home, I went ahead and cooked up a bunch of bread to sell, leveling up my cooking skill to 38, and I leveled up the town by 2 ranks to level 61. Today is the Harvest Festival, and my final berry count is 78. I feel as if that's enough to take home the gold. I checked my mail after Raina stopped by to grab the berries, and I received a congrats letter from Adeline for another star ranking milestone, saying that our reputation is increasing and people are starting to take more notice of our little town in the Crown City. I also received a spirit mushroom tea recipe from Valen. Once I was done on my farm, I made my way into town for the festival, and the new music for the festival is absolutely amazing. I mean, all the music in this game is amazing, but it's so upbeat and fun and autumn sounding. I can't explain it. It just is. All right, to start off, we are announcing the winner of who gathered the most queen berries. Maple came in 3rd, Island came in 2nd, and I came in 1st. I beat the Sweets King. It's a cute little thing that the festivals do. Everything gives me fluffy feelings in this game. I need to find a healthy outlet to let out all this fluffy rage I'm feeling. The cute aggression is real. I'm feeling it way too much lately. And I won a trophy for this festival. I dig it. Look at how cute the festival looks, you guys. Okay, first I headed to the festival stall and there were 2 recipes and 4 cosmetic items that I bought right away. They look adorable. I also bought the other items from the stall because why not? And I went around talking with all the villagers. I just adore hearing what everyone has to say in this game, even if it is just everyday banter. And March congratulated me with a smile and said I'm making this a special harvest festival for him. Are you guys tired of me freaking out yet? This man is causing me irreparable harm because it's a crime to be this cute. He did a freaking 360 like I predicted, and yet I don't think I was quite prepared for it. And I found out you could buy surprise pumpkins from Hayden's Pumpkin Patch, and they were all different colors and sizes, and I just kept buying them because, yes, autumn is my vibe and pumpkins are a vibe, so I need them all. I started running out of room though, so I'll need to go drop some stuff off at home. I then grabbed a plate from the adorable harvest table. It's so festive. And I didn't want to go home quite yet because I was worried I might mess up the festival, and I need to dance with March 1st. So I went over to my boyfriend and he asked me to dance. What a gem. And like, why was the dance so stinking cute? Oh my god, the little pixel feet. Look at them moving. I love it. And you know, I'm pretty dang good at knowing the moves, considering I've never attended the Harvest Festival before. Oh, fluff. Fluffy feelings all around. I dropped off some of my items and returned back to the pumpkin patch and just kept buying pumpkins. Autumn makes me happy, okay? Yes, I spent a lot of money. It's fine. Well, that was a bunch of fun. I really love this festival, like so much. Probably my favorite of the ones I've attended so far. I then went home and started decorating my farm with a ginormous amount of pumpkins I purchased. And doesn't the farm just look so cute? The pumpkins really elevate that autumn feel I crave to find each season. The next morning, I decided to give my animals a bit of TLC since I feel as if I've been neglecting them lately, and that makes me sad. And then I made my way over to the glorious chicken statue and made an offering of 50 beads. In exchange, I got a bunch of cute animal cosmetics. From there, I completed 3 requests, a sweet potato for Nora, some thorn vines for Hayden, and some seaweed for Valen. I checked out the quest board and there was one from Hemlock for a caterpillar, and luckily I had one at home, so I turned that quest in right away. From there, I made my way to the forge, crafted 20 iron ingots, and now I have enough materials and tesserae for my first house upgrade, so I made the plunge and purchased it. And it's as simple as pressing a button. Love that. I then stopped by the inn to chat with everyone. Turithia was telling the kids about an exaggerated sea story of hers, which was cute. Holt and Nora were having a little convo about food, and I found the ladies upstairs where Adeline was stressing on whether to choose Truth or Dare because Raina makes her nervous when it comes to that game. Then I leveled up my friendship with Celine to 6 hearts. I need to work on leveling up my girl friendships. Alright, and it seems our house upgrade added a room to the left of the main entrance. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it quite yet, but I'm happy it's here. Collecting crops like this is so much fun. The little harvest noises give you such a rush of dopamine. The next morning, I woke up with a bunch of letters containing various recipes because I took a look at what I was missing recipe-wise and what I could obtain by simply shipping a crop I've yet to ship. And voila, recipes. I also received Celine's next heart event in the mail, which reminds me we still have to do Adeline's next heart event. I also received my first golden rooster feather, which is really awesome. Speaking of gold, I still need to try for another golden chicken eventually so I could work on getting the seasonal chickens next playthrough. I did a bit of cleanup on the farm, then started to head into town, only to find my 3rd mist cloud where I received a mist crystal artifact. That leaves 2 artifacts left to find. I then picked up a request for a lake trout from Holt, and surprisingly, I do not have a lake trout in my inventory. They can be found in the deep woods, so we'll go fish for that guy today. I need to get to level 65 as soon as possible. I really want to meet the new Saturday market vendors. Around 8 p.m., I finally caught one, so I'll drop that request off tomorrow. I love Friday night at the inn, but I'm like, not in the mood for it today? I know. Shocking. Maybe because I'm playing this at 1 a.m.? Next week for sure. I did, however, make my way to the mill and processed all of my wheat and rice to sell for a bit more profit, and ended the day leveling up the town ranking to 62. We're gonna try the other date option today with March, and I still have to find the other 4 hidden somewhere in the world, but I'm always down for a bit of fluff, even if it's a brief little cutscene. I picked up another quest on the board from Celine for some coral, brewed some spirit tea in the inn really fast for another request, and headed to the Saturday market. The tea was for Darcy, so I dropped that off, and then gave Holt his fish. Things are going swimmingly when it comes to completing requests. I then invited March for an inn date, and he was thrown off by that because he wanted to ask me first. And yeah, it was just as cute as the first date. I wish there were dialogue options. That would be fun, but regardless, adorable. And I got my second date photo. 2 out of 6. I bought all the hairstyles from Vera's booth for the heck of it, and bought 2 food items from Darcy to hand out as gifts, a tea for Miss Josephine, and a pudding for Island. From there, I ran home to grab some coral for Celine's request, And I think I'm caught up on all the requests I'm able to do so far. I found another mist spot in the deep woods, but it contained nothing new, and I spoke to Caldarus, and he expressed his desire to walk around the Saturday market with everyone. I hope down the line he can walk amongst everyone in town without fear. From the citizens, I mean. He doesn't seem scared. When I went to bed, I leveled up the town ranking to 63. Almost there, you guys. Almost there. The next crown request is for 10 iron and 5 silver ingots. Seems easy enough. And I also have a request for blackberries from Elsie. You could just ask to hold my hand. He's always stumbling over words, saying the silliest stuff while actively flustered, like he doesn't know how to act quite yet. I love it. And he gave me a mocha. Thanks, boyfriend. Alright, today seems like a great day to head back into the mines to grab some more silver for the crown request, and to keep trying for that perfect emerald. During my descent, I came across a few furniture pieces alongside 3 crafting recipes, a rock bookshelf, a faux earth shroom, and a rock floor. And right before leaving, I found a perfect emerald. Thank you, Mistrian gods. So Caldarus, I guess? Thank you, Caldarus. There was a request on the board from March for 5 copper ore. Easy peasy, boyfriend. So I went back home to grab that and then started fulfilling my request. The ore for March. The dialogue is still set from when he was indifferent about me, but you know, I'll forgive the game, especially because he greeted me very kindly right after. I then completed the crown request and gave Elsie her blackberries, and she gave me a recipe for blackberry jam. The rest of the evening was spent chopping down trees, and I received another new artifact from the mist clouds, this time a misty black mirror. Today is Dozie's birthday, so we're gonna make sure we give him something that he loves today, because he deserves it, because he's a good boy. I picked up a request from Celine for a shadow flower and gave Dozie a simple stick for his birthday because he really loved it. Seeing him happy makes me happy. I gave Celine her flower and then headed back into the mines for the day to grab more silver. I need a bunch for my next house upgrade, and in general, I like to have some stockpiled. And while in the mines, I found the next unlockable date, the gem cutting date. Ooh, cool. March will feel right at home here. Oh my god, he's flirting! The next morning, I spent some time looking for the fairy bee, a legendary fall bug, but I did not find it. I didn't expect to either, but you never know. In the process of doing so, I found another faux recipe, this time for garlic. I made my rounds to the request board, picked up one from Maple for a fish, and it seems like I don't have that fish in my inventory either, so we'll go catch one today. They can be found in the ocean, so off to the beach. The first fish I caught granted me another date, so I guess coming to the beach today was a good thing. This new date spot is a beach date. Ooh, that's right up my alley. After a few more tries, I caught the mullet and delivered it to the queen. Listened to their funny little convo where Maple wanted them to find her a frog to kiss, but her brother insisted it only works on princesses, and said hi to Celine while she was in her garden, being adorable. I bought all the clothing and accessories from Balor's wagon, said hi to March, and it was a short, sweet little exchange. And even Ulrich has commented on how happy March has been because of our relationship, which, God, you know it's true if it's coming from this sweet man's mouth. And I leveled up my friendship with him to 6 hearts. My future brother-in-law is amazing, you guys. We're gonna be besties. Just you wait. I wish the non-datables had heart quests too. That would be really awesome. I went home and decided to grab a few more skill perks. I maxed out my farming skill and grabbed the Earthly Essence perk, which will give me a low chance of a magic seed dropping while harvesting my crops. Have no idea what a magic seed will produce, but that sounds intriguing. And that was all that was available for me to grab. I really gotta work on my woodcrafting skill. and I was kind of in a fishing mood, so the rest of the evening was spent fishing at the beach. It was pretty nice. And at the end of the night, I leveled up the town ranking to 64. Just one more level left until we get more Saturday market vendors. I picked up a request for a pumpkin from Island on the town board, picked up my cosmetic reward for leveling up the town, and found a new Mist Cloud artifact near Caldarus' home, a Mist Flute. I dropped it off at the museum, completing the Mist artifact set. That was fast. I could have sworn I still needed one more artifact for this set, but I'm not complaining. And for today's activities, I decided to mine once again and continue collecting silver ore for my second house upgrade. The next morning during my grand harvest, I received a magic seed. That was fast. Wonder what we'll get. And since I've never really used my growth magic spell, I'm going to go ahead and use it on this bad boy because I'm super curious. Wait, it gives me cosmetic items? That's so cute. I wish I received this perk earlier. I need more of these seeds. So I wasn't expecting to grow a backpack from the ground, but that's a fun way to unlock cosmetics. And while I was saying hello to my animals, I finally maxed out my ranching skill. Absolutely wonderful. Today's request on the town board was from Mr. Blacksmith Boyfriend, and he requested an armored bass, and I know for a fact I have a few at home. So I quickly grabbed one and turned it in to complete that request. I'm trying to stay on top of the requests each day, you know. I then milled some more flour and rice, went home and cooked up a bunch of bread once again, leveling up my cooking skill to 41. Why is the dragon just like the sweetest, kindest creature here? He's so freaking kind. From there, I made my way to the carpenters, and I had enough money and materials to upgrade my home yet again, so I went ahead and did that. 2 upgrades in one video. What an accomplishment on my end. Honestly though, the upgrades weren't too hard. Alright, well, I've missed a few Friday Night at the Inns this playthrough, so let's catch up this week. First, let's check in on the Sweets Club. This week, everyone is eating moon fruit cake, and it's always fun to see Island lose his mind over every sweet he gets to enjoy. He's such a sugar enthusiast. Hayden asked me what I think would pair better with this cake, and I said coffee. Seems like the better answer. Even Raina agreed with me. Basically, everyone just commented on how much they enjoyed the cake. It was a nice little convo. Next, the clown painting group. Nora commented that she thinks the painting is cursed somehow, and even Adeline couldn't stop thinking about it, researching more information about the artist. Reese commented that the person under the clown painting looks a bit familiar, as did Balor, but Errol said they shouldn't recognize the person as the painting is over 200 years old. Then Celine suggested it was an immortal creature. She looked a bit worried there. Reese then discovered the painting had a sliding panel with a slip of paper inside that contained a riddle for them to solve. It was a bit vague and mysterious, and then Nora suggested it might actually be an immortal creature of the night. Okay, on to Elsie's dating and dungeons group. This week, the group must find out the mystery of Penelope Lovestruck, the person each of them seems to be dating. Juniper had a little quip to throw at Valen for her choice of brunch food and mana management, and Valen threw a little sarcastic comment and unbothered smile right back at Juniper, which I love. Just date already! Ulrich asked for some hard-boiled eggs, and Landon said, "Let's get to business, guys." He was trying to unravel the mystery of Penelope, saying he showed a drawing of Penelope to people in the diner and got an interesting reaction. And Juniper and Valen both said his drawing of Penelope was awful. Poor Landon. He wants to investigate the suspicious man, and Elsie informs him that his intuition about this guy seems to be leading him on the right track, and they decided to follow him. We'll find out more next time. I'm invested now, though. Alright, final group, the kids who were doing charades again, and this time I had to guess who Maple was, and it's so hilariously obvious that she was acting like March. Better tone down the ego a bit, March. The kids have some choice opinions about you. Okay, well, that was wonderful and so entertaining. And while I was here, I decided to buy a few items to hand out as gifts. A glass of red wine for Juniper, a glass of white wine for Valen, and 3 grilled cheese sandwiches for the kiddos. Ah, man! So close! Alright, we're gonna go on our 3rd date with March today. 1, because it's adorable and I love it. And 2, to see one of the new date locations. Before that, I picked up a request from Dell for 3 chestnuts, ran back home to grab them, and gave this little troublemaker what she asked for. Hopefully, this will award me enough renown to finally reach level 65 and unlock the new Saturday vendor quests. Okay, date time. And let's try the gem cutting date, something I'm sure March would love to do, considering it takes place at his forge. And he complimented me while asking me to work on a project together. Adorable. And instead of a smooch at the end of this date, he gave me a diamond. That's a pretty rad gift. And I like that they changed it up. Also, the photo is cute, like they all are. 3 out of 6, you guys. 3 more to go. And the date follow-up dialogue always makes me smile. It's so cute. Makes me want to combust. Next, I decided to hand out some gifts to people in town. I mainly focused once again on artifacts because I have so many at my farm, and I'd like to start selling the ones I don't need. Juniper got a scepter, Ulrich gets a rock statue, Valor gets a necklace, Luke got a bug preserved in amber. Luke is so stinking cute. Dell gets a sword, and can I just say, I understand why the game doesn't want us to give her coffee because caffeine can be addicting to some people. But I can give this child a freaking sword? A sword. But a cup of coffee is too dangerous? Where's the logic here, game? I mean, it's hilarious, don't get me wrong, but when can I give her coffee? That's my real question here. Her parents are going to kill me when they find out I gave her a sword. Maple gets another crown. It fits her regal personality. Charithia gets a giant fish scale. Mary gets a diamond. Lewis gets a crystal and double points since it's his birthday. Vera gets some delicious coconut milk. Darcy gets some crystal berries. And to finish off my gift-giving extravaganza, Sweet Dozy gets a dinosaur skeleton. Have fun, buddy. I spent the rest of the evening cutting down trees around Mistria, and finally, I leveled up the town ranking to 65, so at least I can get 1 week with the new Saturday vendors. So, little thought going on in my brain really quick here. I completely understand why people do and do not like March as a character. I've seen that he's obviously a fan and dev fave, but some people just don't vibe with the sassy, sarcastic tsundere, kind of mean dude who evolves into a nice little golden retriever. I get it. But also, I think the reason he is so popular is because he's the only character besides Juniper who has like personality development, I guess. Or what I think I mean to say is that you feel like you get rewarded through the relationship progression. You see an actual change in those 2 characters as they start to open up and become more vulnerable. And for March, we see he just doesn't trust people that easily because of his past, what he feels like he has to prove, and the fact that people who come to Mistria tend to leave a lot, so he doesn't want to get close to anyone. I'm not super far in Juniper's story, but I have a feeling she'll let her walls down a bit too, whereas everyone else in the story is like, just plain nice already? Like, they just get a bit more flirty, I suppose, but yeah, they're already just super nice. There's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I guess that's why I'm drawn to March. And then the dragon, he's a dragon, so he stands out too. Plus, he's got the otherworldly, creature, mysterious vibes going for him. Anyways, just wanted to put my thoughts out there for some reason because honestly, I'm sure some people are annoyed I chose him as my person for this playthrough, and I get it. But also, open your hearts up to some March love, you guys. He's a cutie once you help him stop being a little shit. Okay, next, board requests. We have crown requests for 10 feathers and 10 wool. Ugh, you know how long it's taken to gather the wool I do have at home? I don't want to give it up. And a request from Juniper for a fog orchid. So I went back to the farm, shipped the crown request items, and gave Junie her flower, as well as another loved gift. Her personality is so girl boss and so fun. I then checked my mail because I completely forgot to do that and received a letter from Adeline about the Saturday market. Yes! Finally! Also, I still have her other heart request. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do it. So let's go visit Adeline at the manor. Okay, first up, her heart event. Adeline let me know that Mistria has been granted access to the Earthquake Relief Fund to help fix up the town. She said there's a limited amount we can use, so she's narrowed it down to 2 options. Either a stockpile of stone and wood for the townsfolk, and the game knows what a girl wants. It was obviously a joke, but she didn't understand that. The second choice was a cookie care package from a bakery in the capital. Wait, what? How is that earthquake relief? Island is in favor of this option because, well, he likes sweets, but he said it would boost everyone's morale. That's an excuse if I've ever heard one. Now see, the funny response would be the big cookie, but I think I actually get whatever option I choose, and materials would be nice. Plus, that's also the more ethical use of the money. Girl, why even ask me this question? You're the town leader and you had me, of all people, choose if the earthquake relief money should be used for materials to rebuild the town or cookies. Also, is the crown okay with that money being used for sweets? I then found Adeline at the inn to turn in the Saturday market quest. We met with Nora at the general store, and Adeline informed us that a letter arrived from the Aldarian Merchants Guild, which handles business in the capital and any shipments coming and going through the country. She said Mistria is so small that usually we aren't even on their radar, but because of our higher town rank and the success of the Saturday markets each and every week, they're considering adding 2 of their top vendors to the weekly rotation here in town. The first vendor's name is Talifero, who has a cooking challenge booth. That sounds fun. And the second one, Adeline looked a bit unsure of. His name is Weedle, like the Pokemon, and he sells extremely high-end goods. I'm intrigued, but he sounds sus. Even Nora was a bit concerned because they both have big personalities, it seems. And just like every other town quest, it's going to require a bunch of materials, including gold ingots, which Nora found interesting for the construction of a booth. I agree. They both said that they didn't have the materials. Adeline girl, isn't that why you invited me here to this meeting? I always end up gathering the dang materials. Just hurry up and tell me what you need. Okay, well, I don't think that's too bad. 8 gold ingots, 20 obsidian, 20 crystals, 100 hardwood, and 50 refined stone. I think I have everything but the stone, which means we'll need to go use the new machine in the mines to obtain it. And I only have 18 obsidian, so I'll have to go grab more. I have all the crystals. I'm completely out of gold ore. Fun. And I have all the hardwood, so yeah, never mind. I'm out of quite a few things actually. Well, I know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. So I went mining in the lava caves, found the rest of the obsidian I needed, and while I was in the area, I also made the 50 refined stone. All that's left is the gold ore, and I'll collect the rest of it tomorrow. The next morning, I received a letter from Adeline from her heart request with the materials. 25 stone and 25 wood. Maybe I should have actually picked the cookie option. I was hoping for like 100 each. First, I went to the inn to have a few convos because I love the convos. March commented that he's looking forward to working on the Saturday booths because of the use of gold. The older gentlemen were commenting on how they used to arm wrestle to see who would pay for breakfast, but don't anymore because Terithia wins every match. Luke told Dell that she needs to eat all types of food to grow strong, and she rebutted with, what if instead she ate all types of pancakes? And Josephine commented about the food March gifted me yesterday, saying that he worked really hard to cook it, that he kept remaking it to get it right. Stop it. That's so cute. See, this is why people, you have to talk to the citizens around town. There's just a load of amazing dialogue, sometimes important story dialogue too. God, I love it so much. Alright, time to mine, and I just gathered what I needed and then left because I want to complete this quest today. I forged the last few bars, dropped them off in the donation box, and went to speak with Adeline. There was no cutscene, unfortunately, where they build the stuff, you know, but that's okay. At least I'll be able to see the vendors next Saturday. I decided to fish the rest of the evening and found a new artifact at the beach in a dive spot, rainbow seaweed. It's been a while since I found a new diving artifact, so that's lovely. The next morning, I also found the last needed artifact on my farm, the vintage cowbell, which completed the vintage farm tool set at the museum, and I have one sunken artifact left to find to complete that set. I then fulfilled 2 board quests, a moon fruit for Juniper, and I got Dosie's moon fruit cake recipe as a reward. That dog is amazing. And 2 chestnuts for Hemlock. After that, I spent the day exploring dive spots at the beach, trying to find the last missing artifact. I did not find it. I did, however, rank up the town to 66 that evening. I found a legendary bug. Oh my god, I almost went right past it. Yes! At least I found one of these guys during my playthrough. So yeah, I came back from the deep woods looking for artifacts and found the fairy bee. I'm so happy, man. These bugs are a pain to find. I went ahead and donated the fairy bee to the museum. Again, so happy I found her. And the rest of the day I spent once again diving in the ocean for artifacts and had absolutely no luck. I also found out that I can actually purchase any color variant chicken I've obtained from Hayden. I don't have to breed them again to get the color I want. That's really cool. And a huge time saver. Wish I knew that sooner. So I went ahead and purchased another gold chicken since I'll need them to breed seasonals eventually. During the next morning's harvest, I found another magic seed, planted it, grew it instantly, and this time I got a pumpkin backpack. It was so cute, I equipped it immediately. And after saying hello to all my animals, I grabbed the 50 shiny beads and once again offered them to the chicken goddess, where I got 2 bundles of animal feed, 2 cooked dishes, and a recipe for vegetable quiche. I then went back and tried to find the artifact at the beach. I once again could not find it. Well, it'll appear one day. I then went into town to chat a bit, found March. He mentioned that he got pretty drunk at the first Friday night at the inn, the one where I accidentally skipped his dialogue, but I didn't know what option to choose here. So I decided to go with the more teasing option and call him a cute drunk. And he looked a bit offended and flustered and said, "I'm going to lord this over him." Yes I am. But he laughed it off. It was adorable. I also found the kids gathered around Elsie, asking her to tell them a story about a princess who's a master swordsman that has a praying mantis familiar, and she said they should tell her a story instead. Just cuteness all around. I said hi to Dozy, and he had a rough day of being a cutie patootie, and I just kind of talked to everyone I came across. Josephine said Ulrich asked her to teach him to sing because there's a cricket in the museum that sings to rocks, so he wants to sing to rocks. And Hemlock said he knew I'd crack March's shell eventually. Just fun convos to listen to. It was a nice way to spend the evening. The next morning I went around and hand-fed my animals to obtain more shiny beads and to help increase their heart counts, since I know I'm going to be needing the golden animal products more often, and I still need golden milk to make golden butter. But it does seem like I'm close to 8 hearts with 3 of my cows, so I'm getting there. Also, can I just say that I love Caldarus' dialogue? He's always commenting on the townsfolk, like he's watching over them in a way, observing them with fondness. He always comes across as really curious about humans in the town, and I just love it. I went to the mill to grind up all the flour and rice I've been harvesting, went back home to make a bunch of bread, sold all those items, and decided to fulfill a few more board requests. Some sap for Landon, a dragon horn beetle for Luke, and an earth shroom for Terithia. I then headed to the inn for the last Friday night gathering of this playthrough. We'll start with Elsie's table first, the mystery date. The gang leaves the diner in pursuit of the man who knows more than he lets on of Penelope Lovestruck, but something blocks the path and our group loses sight of the lead. Juniper picks up the cart, tosses it in the air as she roars the battle cry of her homeland. Fierce. Man, I love when she does that freaky face. Landon rolls a high number and is able to spot him once again, and 6 Ulrich on him. Ulrich calls upon the muscle gods to give him enhanced strength in his glutes so he can catch the dude. And he does a high jump, catches the melons from the thrown cart in the air, and hauls them at the man. Valen then casts a spell of truth on the guy before he can get up from the hit. And Juniper and Valen have a little argument about spells and whatnot. Seriously, just become a couple already. The truth spell worked, and come to find out Penelope Lovestruck was a spy for the crown, and this guy was her handler. Something bad must have happened if she disappeared. The guy, whose name is Hans, wants to recruit this group to help find Penelope. Operation Lovestruck. Why are these storylines just so interesting? They always pull me in, dude. They're so fun and the dialogue is fantastic. Okay, clown painting group. Celine comments that the painting is really mesmerizing, and Errol informs the group that the artist mainly did portraits for 3 noble families, the Wainscots, the Meridians, and the Hawthorns. Adeline then said that all of those names were familiar to her, though the Wainscot name ended when the last daughter married into a different house. Then Nora brought up the riddle they found last week about revealing the true name, which Reese suggested must be Lord Hawthorne, which is a famous name in the capital. Ballard then said he would contact the family to see if it is indeed a painting belonging to them, and hopes he'll get a nice reward for returning it if that's the case. Then Celine asked, why a clown painting? Why indeed? Clowns are freaky. Alright, we're on to the sweets group this week, and March is behind the bar. He's taking over the dessert club, and this week we are trying salted watermelon. Kinda simple there, March, but go on, boyfriend. Island was unsure of this concept, as was Torithia, but salt and sweet go together well. I actually don't think I've ever had salted watermelon now that I think about it. Hayden commented that this is a wonderful way to replenish your electrolytes, and Holt said it was so good it made his mustache spin. And once Island tried it, he was sold. The Sweet King actually liked it, and I got a piece too. Alright, the last group, the kids and their charades. It's Luke's turn this week, and instantly from the first clue, I can tell it's Juniper. I love how he said grape juice. And then he did her laugh. These kids are so stinking adorable. Well, until next time, Friday night at the Inn, please continue with more storylines. I love them to pieces. And when I went to bed, I leveled up the town ranking to 67. Alright, finally we get to see the new Saturday market vendors, and we can go on the last new date with March today. I'm pumped and I'm ready. Okay, first, before checking out the new vendors, let's go on our date with March. And I find it funny that he commented on how this new vendor tried to sell him a special rare ore called a gullible thrill. But he saw through him, obviously. Alright, let's test out the beach date. Honestly, the beach in the fall and winter is my favorite time to go to the beach, so I'm down for this. And it was just a cute little walk on the beach, and he picked up a shell and gave it to me, and then we smooched. Oh, I know they're like 10-second little cutscenes, but they're so adorable. The photos are always cute too. And as always, gotta do the follow-up convo. Sometimes you get dialogue options, which is really fun. Makes up for not having dialogue during the actual date. And secretly, it looks like he does like being called cute. He'll never say it though. Okay, let's go see the new vendors. First, let's check out Weedle's shop. He sells 3 different snake oils. I love that. Poison, fire, and ice, all which give different status effects to our sword. He also sells a few unique cosmetic items, but they're quite expensive. And this is cool. He sells extra large storage capacity chests and ice boxes. Ooh, I love that. And a cool animated snow globe. Wait, what? He sells a date? Bathhouse date? Oh, wait, we can go on a date and just our towels together in the bathhouse? That's a pretty wild date compared to the other tame ones. I need it. But dude, 100,000 tesserae. Gotta pay more for the explicit content, huh? Okay, Weedle, gatekeeping the date everyone wants to go on. This dude. He also sells french fries, which are all the rage in the capital, but I don't care about that. Bathhouse date. That's what I care about. That's gonna have to wait a while though. Damn. Also talking to everyone about this Weedle dude, no one trusts him. I mean, he is a snake oil salesman, so can't blame them. And yeah, talking to the dude, I get the vibes. It's very clear to me that he's a con artist type of salesman. He does sell some pretty tempting items though. Next, let's talk to Taliaferro, who operates the cooking challenge booth. He's up there on his pedestal, thinking he's too good for Mistria, but I'll show him. Alright, this week's challenge is a simple rice ball. Easy enough, Taliaferro, and we get a cool pot recipe if we complete it. I'm doing that right now, so I went to the inn, cooked the rice ball, and turned it into Mr. Gordon Ramsay here. And yeah, seems the sentiment about this guy is the same as Weedle. No one really likes him either. It's so funny. Not one positive thing about either of them, really. If this kid keeps asking me to buy her coffee, and the game continues to deny me that pleasure, I'm going to go insane. Please, let me just give her 1 cup. I want to watch her bounce off the walls, dude. Today is my last harvest before winter starts, and luckily I found 1 more magic seed, so I planted it, and this time I got an onion backpack. Cute. The next crown request was to ship 15 of any type of soup, so I'll see what I can whip up. And I also picked up a request for a striped bass from Island. March also commented on how he was happy I decided to stay in Mistria, since he found it so hard to watch people leave so often, especially during the earthquake when things were hard. Again, with the trust issues and creating distance to avoid being hurt, but he said he was glad to be proven wrong. I like that he at least is admitting he's been rude and glad that someone put him in his place. It's quite mature, and I like seeing this side of him. I also cooked up some more bread to sell at home, raising my cooking skill to 49, and then cooked some soups for the crown quest, leveling it up to 51. From there, I found Island and gave him his fish, and prepped the farm for the rest of the day for winter time. And also, I want to change the layout, so I think I may start thinking about that tomorrow. I also leveled up the town ranking to 68. The next morning, I received my first bottle of golden milk. I'm actually really excited about that. I really want to complete that golden butter request. I just need 1 more bottle. I also finished cleaning up everything on the farm. I want to redesign it, so I removed all the pumpkins, fencing, and random decor scattered about. Alright, there aren't that many seeds to plant during the wintertime, which works out in my favor while I'm replanning my farm layout. I think I want to make a cute little orchard and have a place specifically for flowers. I purchased a good amount of seeds and 2 fruit trees, and then headed to the stone refinery to craft some refined stone and essence stone, because I want to get my sprinklers up and running. And then I realized I can't craft water sprite statues because my skill is too low. Okay, well, I crafted a few white picket fences, and that seems to have done the trick. I crafted 3 more statues, stopped by the carpenters to check what I needed for a farm expansion, and had an interesting convo with March. He asked about what I did before I came to Mistria, when I was a part of the Adventurers Guild. He asked if I was a professional hero. I said yeah, I just help people since that's kind of what I still do in a way, you know. He got a bit playful with his response, but it was really kind and kind of praiseworthy. This is what Stardew Valley was missing for me. This interactive dialogue, and plenty of it too. Still love Stardew though, don't get me wrong. Anyways, I went back to the refinery and crafted the 50 refined stone needed for the farm expansion, grabbed 50 hardwood from the farm, and decided to just go for it and purchase the farm expansion, while I'm in the mood to redecorate and all. And it seems doing so gave me a bridge recipe to place over the river on my farm. So I placed it down on my farm, and now I have this whole other area to work with, which is lovely. I wonder if we'll be able to have other farm expansions in the future. Seems like we may be able to on the bottom of the map. I spent the majority of the day clearing out rocks and trees from the new area on my farm and testing out some layout options that I was going back and forth with in my mind. Not much else going on. Did he just wink at me? Oh, he's getting playful now. Alright, I went into town and bought a few more flower seeds because I decided to make a little flower garden in front of my home, and I hope it comes out cute. I was creating a little fence border around the flowers and ran out, so I went ahead and crafted more, alongside a few grass tiles to add around the area. And I think it looks pretty good. I feel like it took all day though. And finally, the last day was spent once again prepping my farm. I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted my crops to be in this area, but for now it's fine. I just wanted to get them planted. Hopefully the sprinklers will come in handy. And to end the night, I went to the inn to talk to everyone that was there, enjoying good company while I ended my 200-day playthrough of Fields of Mistria. The new content that was added was absolutely fantastic. Truly so much fun. And again, the devs continue to amaze me with how wonderful all the dialogue is for the NPCs. There's so much, and it just makes this world feel genuine and lived in, like you were actually an important and real part of this town instead of an afterthought. And the dating mechanics, so freaking cute. All of March's fluffy dialogue just set me into orbit. I can only imagine the state I'll be in once marriage and children arrive in this game. I will not be okay. But yeah, I had a wonderful time playing this game, and I know there is still so much left to do. I need to purchase a bunch of animals still, complete my home and farm layouts. We have the storyline with the priestess left, 2 more Saturday market vendors to discover, a bunch of buildings in Mistria left to fix, and so much more. If this is the quality the game is showing off in early access, then I am truly looking forward to what it will be like when it fully releases. Hopefully with continued updates to come after as well. Please let me know if you'd like to see more of this game as updates continue to release. I'd love to continue playing it, and if you have any tips or anything you noticed I missed, I'd love if you'd let me know by leaving a comment. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next video.